All right.
And we're live. We're live. We got some people already in the house. Gary, always a pleasure. Vegan Pundit, of course. CDA, Revolta. Ah, nice.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming in.
All the good ones. All the good ones are here. Okay.
All the legends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. All right. Right. So yeah, I mean, so you wanted to talk about a little bit about this the state of veganism. But what do you really want to talk? I mean, like from what angle? Like the community, the state of the activism, or
Yeah, well, there's a lot to discuss in that in that realm, I suppose, that vegan realm, as you might say.
right?
Look, there's a lot of things we could discuss. I think there's some really good things going on. You know, you got your top activists who I think everyone looks up to, like Joey Carbstrong, Earthling Ed. Um, and back when you had your Gary Yorovskis and whatnot.
Right.
And
Exactly.
yeah, so well, I suppose I'd like to get your opinion. Like, what do you think the state of veganism is when it comes to our top vegans? Do you think that we're going to want to continue, with the outreach, or do you think there's a new way we could start trying
Well,
things?
actually, you know what? That's interesting. I mean, this outreach thing has been going on. I don't think it's gonna go away too soon, because there's
Hmm,
always like new people doing the thing. Like
absolutely.
now, there's for example, Cliff Grant is just freaking amazing.
I
His
love
his
Cliff.
outreach, so we don't want to lose that. That guy is freaking awesome.
Hmm.
He's really good. And we have vegan muscle outreach also. I think that's or activism. Well, it's vegan muscle
I think I know.
activism or outreach or something like that. But
Yeah,
it's
I think I
like
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah. It's really good as well. Yeah, it's really
Hmm.
good because also the guy like there's like I think there's like a guy and a girl there, but like they're like really fit. Like the guy's like
Yes.
muscular and stuff. So whatever, like no one's gonna troll him like too easily. It's not
I,
some ad that you can just like giving a flick, and that's it, and push him around or whatever. This guy's like like jacked and stuff. So
Yeah. Although Ed's pretty tall, though. I mean, he might not be like the biggest, thickest dude, but he's a tall dude.
well, he's tall.
He's
Yeah,
got the
I
reach,
mean, I heard that like yesterday. Ed is tall, and some people saying that he wasn't, and whatever. I don't
Well,
know. I don't know.
well,
We'll have to ask Christina Van Beek. She met him in
she
person.
yeah
So.
she would know. She met him in person. I remember seeing one of those vegan campouts, and Joey Carbstrong was standing with Earthling Ed, and he was like looking up to him. So
Oh,
either
so
Joey's
Ed
really
might be
short,
tall. Yeah.
either Joey's really short, or Ed's really tall. So
Right, right. Well, yeah, with Joey, I don't know. He might not be the tallest or whatever, like, but
oh,
you still don't want to mess with him. I tell you.
he's a feisty man. He's a feisty man. Mate, I wish I had the feistiness that dude had.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, well, actually, I kind of developed this sarcasm thing because I didn't have any physical strength. So I was like, if I say really hurtful things to people, they just go away and not attack me anymore. So that worked.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Beat him with your
developed
words,
this
mate.
sarcasm and stuff. So yeah.
Hey, it's better than physical violence at the end of the day.
I
So
guess, yeah.
so
Yeah, it leaves a lasting impact, I guess. But yeah, no, these top guys. I mean, what I've seen is like the outreach is still
hmm.
going strong. I think. Now the disruption and stuff. Basically, I mostly just see like Tash Peterson
Tash,
doing the
Tash, yeah.
disruption stuff, like going there and yelling at people and yelling at the restaurant guy and everything.
Hmm.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I think I discussed. I don't remember when it was. It might have been yesterday. But she is one tough lady. Like the fact that
Right.
she has the intestinal fortitude to go into these places and just yell at a bunch of people who she knows going to hate her. Dude, that's not a normal thing a person can do. She's a yeah, she's a
Right,
crazy, but in a bloody good way. In a
right,
bloody good
exactly.
way.
Like it's not that. I mean, I don't know. Like really, I mean, how does she do it? I don't know. We'll have to ask her. Right? Like, hey, where do you get the like the vegan strength to do
Yeah,
this
I
thing?
mean,
You know.
all I could put it down to, man, is passion. All I can say,
Right,
she
exactly.
bloody she cares. Yeah. So like regarding the state of veganism, like I think like the disruptive stuff is quite good because like yeah, after that chef said all that crap and he banned all the vegans, we also got a bunch of vegans in the limelight after that because of people like Joey, because of people like Tash Peterson getting on, that idiot Piers Morgan show.
Ah, right.
Um,
Oh man, no.
so sometimes, like, you get these people, they want to argue against the freaking disruptive stuff, right? But it gets people talking about veganism. I've seen vegans complaining about Tash Peterson more recently, saying that she's a stupid vegan and she's just making business for this. I always forget this guy's name, but that so-called celebrity chef guy. But
No, I don't think
at
so.
well, even if that's true, that's irrelevant because we're still getting veganism in the limelight. Even if it's in a negative way, it's still people thinking about veganism. And then you get the opportunity for guys like Joey and Tash to get on these shows and have a few words to say. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing, man. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think so too because now they're getting on these media outlets and stuff.
Mm.
So that's good exposure, to
Yeah,
really just like the concepts and stuff and what the veganism is all about really. And who
yeah,
better to do these expositions that Joey Carstrom, Tash Peterson,
yeah.
like two of the best out there. So of course, it's
I'd love
like yeah.
I'd love to see like a fair conversation on that guy's show though. Like he's so because he control that Pierce Morgan. He bloody controls his bloody programming to a
Yeah,
T.
exactly. But there's not going to be any fair
No,
conversation
I
there
I
because
know.
it's always going to be some ambush. They're going to have the one vegan against two or three
Yeah,
idiots,
yeah.
and it's
Too.
just going to be some lady. I'm from a rancher family, whatever. And like, gah.
We want to feed the people. Shut the f up, lady.
No, 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 no. So yeah,
Carrie.
Piers Morgan is terrible, and you know, I'm like, I mean, I double hate Piers Morgan because not only as a vegan I hate him, but I'm
Mm.
also like, he's supposed to be this Arsenal supporter or whatever. I
Mhm.
like Arsenal, that's my team, and that cannot be his team also. That's horrible.
Yeah, yeah. You hate to share something in common with someone like that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm like, no, dude, like, no, stop being a total meat flake, like, like support Chelsea or Tottenham or whatever, like
Yeah.
any other team, like,
Or
but not
just
Arsenal,
just stop supporting the freaking exploitation of animals, mate. It's not that bloody hard.
right, exactly, but it's like,
But bees, mate. I suppose he's got us there. Bees, though.
right, exactly, the beast, he's like a vegan, that's what he is.
I like
He's,
that. That's a good
he's a
one.
vegan, yeah,
He's a
exactly.
beacon. Oh, mate. That said, I guarantee that dude's having freaking honey on his bloody toast in the mornings. Guaranteed. He's a hypocrite, mate.
No, of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, we know he's just fake, but
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, as long as we're getting this exposure and stuff, the only thing I didn't like
Hmm.
was those people who poured like some, I don't know, was it like some paint or something or some tomato juice something? I don't know what it was. They threw something at a painting in like a
Yeah.
museum. I was like, okay, but the painter is not like, not even alive or something,
Hmm.
and he wasn't, trying to destroy the world or the environment or anything. He was
Do you
just
know what?
painting a thing. Like, I don't
What
know, like why
painting?
go to a museum? I don't know. It doesn't correlate too much. I don't know. It kind of was weird.
That sounds strange. Yeah, I didn't actually hear about that. Do you know what painting it was? Or
Right. Yeah. Let me see what the audience is saying because now we can do that because I learned to do it. Peace Morgan. Yeah, exactly.
Peas Morgan, I like it.
Peace
Carry
Morgan, the vegan. Yeah. Uh,
Pierce the
he's
beekeeper.
he's so disingenuous. Yeah, I mean, it is. Picasso,
Peak.
the Campbell soup. Right. I mean, exactly. It's like I throw some
Oh.
painting or some, well, I don't know. Like that was weird. Like I can kind of get like the Big Ben when they threw paint or
Mm,
something at the Big Ben because it's like a landmark or something that's
sure.
visible to everyone. Everyone who goes to London, like they're gonna see it.
Hmm.
But it's like this museum, and like I don't know. That was kind of weird, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, I feel like we could probably put our focuses in other areas, like, I don't know, factory farms and slaughterhouses, butchers, maybe. Um,
Right,
yeah.
but I mean, it still, I guess, it brings certain level of awareness and stuff. Now, there are people who say that, for example, there was this other protest where they took these milk jugs and stuff, and they
Mhm.
started pouring the milk out in the supermarket or whatever, the grocery store where it was, and some vegans were saying like, no, they're using this milk thing, and now they're going to bring demand for it, or like the place is just going to get covered from the insurance, and they're going to get more milk. Like, yeah, but they were going to do that anyway. Like the milk, if we're gonna, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know. Obviously, if we can avoid using these products at all, even to protest, that would be fine. But I don't know. I didn't see anything wrong with that one. I think the milk was already wasted when it was taken away from the intended, recipient, which is the calf, like the baby cow. So let me see. This thing is what happened to Cameron. Okay, so Cameron disappeared. I guess he didn't like what I said. Let me see. Are you guys listening to me? Let me see. Two vegans threw soup at the painting years ago. Lol. How is it recent news? I don't know. I don't know if it was years ago or what was it, but I don't know what it was. Huh. Carrie. All right. So what happened to Cameron? What happened? He got like frozen and then he left. I don't know what happened. But yeah, so I don't know. What does the audience say? Yeah, you guys say, yes, I'm listening. I'm sure Cameron will come back. Let's hope he does. Otherwise, it would just be me talking to like the phone. So oh man, hi valves. Hi valves and bye valves. uh, all right, climate protesters. I mean, I think so. Yeah, they were climate protesters. I think. But those climate protesters who eat animals, they're, I don't know, protesting against something that they are funding and stuff. So it's weird. Uh, what happened to Cameron? Man alive. Well, we'll wait for him for a bit. So my friend, my awesome dear friend, says, I don't agree with their kind of disruption. They aim to regular people. Now most vegan disruptions go to the source of the problem. Exactly. All right, so he's back.
No, my apologies, man. Freaking my computer froze up for some reason.
All right.
Hmm. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay. I thought you went out to throw some paint at some monument or something.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it.
Are you
Next
going to
time.
protest like the Australian Open or something like that? It's in Melbourne. It's in your city, like the
Oh,
tennis. I mean, it's in January, so you're gonna have to wait like 5, 6 months. So
is there? I didn't even know there was a protest going on.
I don't know. No, I'm not saying that there's protests going on. I'm saying that if you are going to go and protest.
Oh, if we have to do it, mate. I'll
I'm asking you if
I'll
you're
bring
going
my
to
pails of paint.
the yeah, exactly. tennis is murder. Well, I don't know. It's kind
Bloody
of
funny.
weird.
No,
But yeah.
I don't know much about that one, man.
Oh yeah, Vegan Pundit asks meat flake bogans disrupting the stream. Probably right. And what happened to your vegan bogan series?
Oh,
That was fun, you know.
he's coming back. He's coming back. I've had some
For vegan
ideas. I was
bogan.
literally thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. Need to get myself a nice pair of sunnies and yeah. And then I'm back, mate. I'm freaking back.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how everyone else thinks Australians are like the Bogans, you know, with the accent and the.
They exist. Believe you me, they exist.
No, I know they exist, but that's like kind of like what people think. Like every Australian is sound like that.
Yeah, Yank.
Oh man, it's funny, really. The Bogans.
Oh, bogans, mate. Bogan for kindness.
Bogan for kindness. Right, exactly. Oh man, let me see. Vegan Bohemian 2022 responded to a message. When did veganism become a religion? Honestly, they say to have morals, you have to be extremely insane to exist in pools of blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, right?
Yeah, that's I've never understood that. It's such a dumb thing. Like, we don't go to churches. A lot of us do it bloody separately. A lot of us don't even associate with other vegans because they're so far and in between to come by. So I don't even know how you can call it a freaking religion from just a normal, just looking at it normally.
Right. I mean, people, I don't know, people are weird because they're like, oh, veganism is like a cult, it's like a religion, and then they go to church or say, oh my God, save me from this.
Yes, I know.
And it's like, okay, but you have a religion yourself, so is your religion also bunkers or what? Like,
it's not like we're praying to the salary god or some bullshit like that. So, dear salary lord.
Right, exactly. Saint Thomas, the day of Saint
Thomas.
Thomas.
Oh, Saint Thomas, I love that.
Saint Thomas Day. I'm voting that we do Saint Thomas
Day.
Yeah.
If we turn veganism into a religion, we need that. We need that.
Right, Saint Thomas, Saint Nuge, of course. That's another saint right there.
Jalapeno Christ, maybe.
Jalapeno, right? Christ. Yeah. But you know, like Saint Nuge has to be a thing, you know, like
yeah. Oh, it's gonna happen, mate. It's happening. they pushed us to this.
Right. And then the Nuge resurrected on the third day. I don't know. Oh my God. And brought B12 to the people of the Maccabees or something. I don't know. I don't even know. That's the Jewish. So let me see. Second half, let me fresh up every fruit with my sharp teeth, raw and wild. I will kill your tomatoes. I will smash your tomatoes. Don't smash my tomatoes into soup and drink the sweet juice till I am insatiated.
Yeah, haven't you heard tomatoes are sentient?
Right, exactly, yeah. Drink my blood and eat my flesh. That's not cultish at all.
No,
not exactly. Like, hey, here's the body of Christ. And it's like, what the heck? What?
Let me drink your blood. I'm a Dracula now.
Right. Like, man alive. Like, good thing this is not white wine. What is this? Like, no. Don't give me this. Don't give me this symbols of cannibalism, really, you know.
Mate, I used to go to church as a kid, and the first time I heard about that, I think I looked up at my mum and like, are they really making us eat people and drink blood? It's like, no, it's just like a saying or something. Like,
right.
Oh,
I would go to church, yeah. It was kind of crazy because it was a Catholic church, so you had to confess to some old guy who probably was worse than you were or something, you know.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, I did this thing or whatever. And then the guy's like, okay, so you're gonna have to pray like 2 this thing and 2 of the other. I was like, sometimes I was like, you know what, God, I don't remember this one, so I'm just gonna do this one again, this other one that I remember 3 times or whatever.
That's something.
I guess it didn't work because I became an atheist. So I guess I got kicked out, you know, for not remembering the prayings or whatever.
Maybe you didn't do enough Hail Marys and.
Yeah, exactly. Enough signs and stuff like like a baseball coach or something. I don't know. It's weird.
But you bring up a good point. Like, if you have to ask for forgiveness for every sin that you've ever committed, what do you do about the sins that you don't remember? Like, that's a bloody good point, mate. Does that mean pretty much because we're all forgetful, right?
Well,
Does that mean
actually,
we're
yeah,
all
I think
destined for hell?
there is a praying that says it's like the act of constriction or something that
Mm.
actually says something by omission. It's in there. Like if you omit something, it's like, oh yeah, that's also like a bad thing, whatever. So you're covered. Like, oh yeah, if I forgot this thing, yeah, that's also bad. Yes, my bad, guys. Yeah.
Oh, so we're effed.
So yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't remember it, so it didn't happen. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So I don't know, it's
Yeah.
weird. But you know
Oh,
what's weird? Like in the Bible, like Cain and Abel, like Cain was the first like plant-based dude. Like, yeah, I have this
mm,
harvest and stuff. And then Abel was like, hey, I killed this lamb or whatever.
mm,
And God was like, yeah, I want that lamb. The Cain, get out of here with
mm.
your kale and your quinoa and stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
what is that? And then
The
they
bo-
make Cain to be the bad guy. Come on, like
I know it's
that was
ridiculous.
terrible. He was like the first plant-based dude. Like, hey, I got
Mm.
some wheat and stuff. But maybe
Mate,
he made Satan, and Satan. And maybe
so
that was the thing. He was, hey, I brought wheat gluten. And God
maybe it
didn't
was
like that. It's
maybe
like,
it was a
no.
freaking ghastly apple or something, mate. I don't know.
Who
How,
knows?
how dare you eat? It's okay to cut the throat of the lamb, but God forbid you eat that apple.
Uh-huh. Well, there is some interesting comments here. Yeah. Oh, Big Stream says this would make great T-shirts. Saint Nudge. Yeah, exactly. Vegan Bohemian. If I wasn't a faceless channel, I would have videos of me smashing tomatoes on my face like it was covered in blood. They need insanity to see their sickness.
You
Oh, okay.
could always wear a mask or something. I don't know.
Uh, right. Man, like, yeah. You know. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. And then these religions talking about compassion and
Mm.
kindness and love for everyone.
Mate, I could talk for hours about bloody religion, man, and the
And then,
hypocrisy
yeah, and then they
of
tell
that
you
bloody thing.
stuff like, yeah,
Mm.
eat this thing and eat this fish or eat this cow or whatever. It's weird. Like they have us not eat cow
Mm.
on one specific Friday of the
Yeah.
year. Like, what the heck? Like the rest of that, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
So, but what is that? What is that actually trying to say, though? That's the weird thing. What are they trying to say? Is it bad to eat cows, and maybe one day a year it'd be nice not to do it, or is it like it's
Exactly.
okay to eat cows except this one day for some reason? I don't know.
Right.
It's,
But I
it's
don't know. It's like this one day, yeah, that's bad. But these other days, then it's good. But then that day, they replace it with like fish.
it's fish, yeah. So
So it's like, oh yeah, fish. Screw you, fish. But cows. No, poor cows. Let's not kill them today. And
yeah,
I
it's
used to because I was an atheist, but I wasn't a vegan. What I
mm,
used to do was troll everyone else who was a
yes,
Catholic by eating hamburgers and stuff. Because I
yeah.
was, oh, you don't want me to eat meat? Oh, you're gonna see, I'm gonna eat double the meat, so your
I
Catholicism doesn't have any effect or something. Yeah.
I
And
have to admit to doing the same thing at some point, man. Yeah,
like,
I look back. I went down to Hungry Jack's, which is Burger King in your place. I buy like one of those Whoppers, and
right, exactly,
yeah,
exactly, yeah. So it was like, I don't know. And one time, yeah, it was like the thing with that day, and I ordered some meat, something,
mhm.
and some coworker was like, "Hey, why are you eating meat?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not from your religion, right? So it's fine. I don't believe in these things, so it doesn't
Mm.
matter." It's weird
Yeah.
because it's all arbitrary. It doesn't make any sense. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it.
No, it's just they decide to do it. Yeah, yeah, that would work, man. Absolutely. Get like a Michael Myers mask, maybe.
Yeah. Mhm.
I know it's
Yeah.
not your birthday, but you got your birthday
Yeah.
cup, so happy birthday.
Right. Exactly. Well, it's always someone's birthday, I
It's
guess.
always someone's birthday. So you're literally saying happy birthday to someone who's
To
watching.
someone, yeah, exactly.
Mm. Yeah.
All right, so he has
Mm.
some things here, but yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is so weird with religion and stuff. It's like, oh
Mm.
yeah, I love everyone, but except these guys or except those ones. It's like,
Exactly. It's
and God
very
says this, and He hates these people, and
mm,
like, how do you know? Like, we can't even comprehend such a being existing here anyway.
exactly
Like,
right.
you don't even know. Like, if there was a God, we wouldn't be able to comprehend its existence.
Mm. That,
So we will
yeah.
know what God wants or not.
Yeah, no, well, you wouldn't know, but it's also so evident. Like I haven't read the entire Bible, but I've spent a bit of time reading the Bible, and it's so evident that that was written by a man. Like,
Ah, yeah, exactly. It was written by a bunch of dudes,
mm,
and then some of the passages that were written by women
mm,
were supervised by dudes who basically ghost written the thing. So
yeah, right, yeah, because
I don't
like
know, not even the ladies who contributed to the writings get any credit. Like
no,
the dudes, like, hey, what are you putting there? No, no,
no.
no.
Women
Let's
deserve equal rights. Get rid
exactly
of that.
no. Yeah, like no,
Yeah, because
scratch that
it's
part.
told.
No, no.
It's written from such a male centric freaking point of view. It's like, yeah, you get to freaking take this freaking woman and marry her if you want to, and
Yeah,
and
it's weird. And then
it's
one of the commandments doesn't even make sense because,
mm,
like my father, who is a Catholic, he pointed out to me the other day that
mm,
for men there's like 10 commandments but basically for ladies, in theory, there's like nine because one of the commandments is you shall not, desire like your neighbor's wife or something. I don't know, something like that. And it's
mm.
like, okay, well, that's mostly for dudes because I mean, most women are not
Ah,
going to desire their neighbor's wife, but if they do, good for them, whatever. But it's like it's
that's
weird. Like that's just a commandment for dudes who
that's
are,
a bloody
who
good
can't keep
point.
it in their pants. So so it's a specific commandment basically for hetero dudes
Hmm.
because it says like your friend's wife son like so it's like yeah at that time it was like dude and a woman there wasn't
Yeah, and
these combinations that we see today so
mm,
so
and
that's the thing
but
so it was just it's weird it's like weird that we have an extra commandment because we just can't behave and
but
women have this one that's not applied to most of them anyway but
yeah.
you never know you never know people
Well, maybe they were more progressive back then than we realize. I don't know.
It was it was a commandment just for hetero dudes, basically.
Hmm.
So let me see, but yeah, can't wait for turning veganese to provide evidence about LVL. Okay, let's talk about this thing being at least an endorse of welfareism. Michael asked you. Well, I must ask you a question, Michael. Uh, have you seen LVL's entire video on Sofia Esperanto, whatever?
Hmm.
uh, because he does say something about this backyard hens and eggs and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's all weird. And then we did have a little discussion on his DM, on his Instagram and stuff. And I have all the screenshots and everything. And I'm going to make that video. Probably it's going to come out tomorrow about that very thing. So yeah, I'm going to provide the evidence. So it's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Noah was a baby eater. Yeah, not a very good, like boat constructor or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, two of every kind, and then he was like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, but the scorpion and the thing they're not gonna get along, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and
then for
all the carnivores with all the herbivores, mate. That shit ain't gonna last.
right, exactly, and then somehow all the North Pole animals and the South Pole animals got to the Middle East, and they were like, yeah, sure, it's
All
like yeah,
good. We'll just go our
I'm
separate ways.
right. It's scorching hot here, but yeah, I can take it. There's going to be some water, so it's gonna be, like the temperature's gonna drop, whatever. But I don't know, it was weird. Like they drowned everyone except this guy, some of
Yeah.
his friends, and then some animals. It's like I don't know. It's just crazy.
I
That
like
doesn't work. It's
I
like, oh
like
yeah,
what
just bring two of each kind and stuff. It's like, what the heck is that? I
yeah,
don't know. It's kind of
do,
weird.
it doesn't add up.
I don't
And
know
they
if you've
keep
seen. I don't know if you've seen or you know the angry video game nerd.
I do, yes.
Yeah, yeah. You've seen the Bible games videos?
I have, yeah. That was
They're
fun.
freaking hilarious
That
with
was
like Super
hilarious, yeah.
Noah's Ark, and the guy
He's
has
like
to like
lifting
pick up
freaking
the
cows above his head.
right. It's hilarious stuff, man.
Oh,
He's like,
man.
yeah, pick up this cow, and the guy's like, running with the cows and the other huge animals,
Oh,
lions
yeah.
and stuff. It's like
I'm
crazy, yeah.
gonna have to get an old nest so I can play
Right,
it.
exactly. It's crazy.
uh,
Let me see. Christianity was stolen from India. Yeah, probably. Old
well,
Testament.
stolen from a lot of religions.
God, though. Yeah, and then Catholicism was just like, what did you do? And
Mm,
then they copied the homework and they just
yeah.
redid the thing. And
But like the story of like Jesus and like the three wise men, that was a story that was told before the Bible as well. I'm pretty sure that was a story that they got from like an Egyptian or one of those countries. I know for a fact that it was a story that's been told before. They just copy pasted it pretty much. Yeah,
right, exactly. They just
mm.
repurposed the
They
story with
repurposed it. That's
different
right.
characters, and that's it.
Mm. Yeah, different characters, mate.
Yeah,
It's kind of like how
it's a remake. Yeah,
it's a
it's a
Disney
remake book.
remake,
It's a book remake
the live action.
for modern audiences. You know, reimagined for modern audiences. You know.
Exactly. Well, I want we need the Bible's CU, so it's like the MCU, but for the Bible,
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
BCU.
Yeah. But
I love.
somehow in the movies everybody was white and blue eyed and
Oh, I know, Jesus, yeah, so white. No, he would have been so white, surely.
like, yeah, sure,
He would have looked like
that's
this, mate.
Jesus. Yeah, that, you know, Jesus of Nazareth. You know,
Yeah.
unless Nazareth is like Nazareth, Texas or something. I don't
Maybe. Well, maybe it was. Maybe
know.
we've been misinterpreting it the whole time.
Probably exactly. Yeah. So maybe
I
that
like
was the desert of, you know, they were at the desert of, who knows, like
maybe they go to
whatever.
Las Vegas or something. I don't know.
Las Vegas, yeah, exactly. The Nevada desert. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
go to Nevada.
Hmm. That's what
Oh,
happened. That's where they were. That's why everyone's white. Moses, Jesus, everyone.
yeah, yeah. They had the old school casinos and stuff like in the Flintstones.
Right, exactly. But you know what? I love those movies when I was a kid. I was
Mm,
really like, for some reason, that week, that Holy Week, I was like pumped to see those movies. Like, yeah, the Moses movie and the Jesus
mm.
movie and stuff.
I
It's
used
like
to.
kind of weird. I was looking
I
forward to seeing that
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah, I was. I was,
That
yeah, you know,
we
Jesus, yeah, awesome.
well, we believed in it back then, man. Like it was something that we believed in. Like I used to watch that Prince of Egypt movie freaking over and over again.
Right.
Man,
Hmm. Adam was with Lilith first, and then Eve came along. I don't know about that Lilith or whatever. There was like a talking snake and stuff, which we all
mm,
know is just an euphemism, you know, some kind of phallic
mm-hmm.
symbol or whatever.
The
And then
euphemism, all
I
right.
had found a religion where men put padlocks on their, oh boy, yeah, for purity. That was a weird time, you know. I don't like those undies, you know. I do not like that underwear. I tell you,
I would
that's
prefer not to.
that's kind of an issue with interpretation with language, religion, yeah. But it's all weird and it's all made up, so it's even
Mm.
weirder when you realize the whole thing doesn't even make sense, and you
No,
know,
it's
it's like
one thing that I've always thought is a Christian wouldn't be able to make it to heaven anyway because they're doing it because they don't want to be punished, right? So the only people who would make it to heaven would be the atheists anyway, because if they're just being good people just to be good people, then I think God, the omnipotent being that he's supposed to be, would freaking see that.
right. But you know, I met well, I don't know about the Christians, but I know that the I met a Catholic guy who was trying to convince me that to go to heaven, all you needed to do was believe in like Jesus Christ and believe in God, and that
Yeah.
by believing you already earned
Oh.
your ticket to heaven. I was like, that's ridiculous. Like
Hmm.
that's dumb.
Well.
I actually prefer like the Jewish version of this thing where there's not really a heaven or hell or anything like that.
Hmm.
So you have to do your best here on your time on this realm of existence, and you have to do your best here, and that's it. Like there's no
Yeah.
promise of another, like we don't know what's ahead or something like that. They don't know.
Yeah.
So I prefer that interpretation, and I also prefer the Jewish interpretation of Satan is really interesting
Hmm.
because uh, it's not so much like an enemy or something like that, but they're supposed to be working with God
Hmm.
to test humans to see
Oh,
if they
right.
sin or not. And I'm like, you know what? I prefer that interpretation. Makes more sense. That
Hmm.
hey, God sent this dude to to a corner. Hey, go stare at the corner of your room and like for misbehaving, and then sending bad people with the bad guy is like
Hmm.
a bad guys reunion. Like that doesn't make sense. Why is the
Yeah.
devil going to punish you if you're one of his dudes? Like yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So it makes
No.
more
Oh.
sense in the Jewish thing. Makes more. I mean, as much as it can make. But yeah,
Hmm.
I like that version better.
It sounds more legit. Yeah.
Whose reaction videos are hilarious? Revolta, Marlene. What was who were you talking about? Uh, Probably lifting or something. Probably lifting vegan logic. Probably. Let me see. Can't wait for the screenshots against LBL proving he's a welfarist rather than an abolitionist. Evidence will be forthcoming soon. Michael, do you have like another account and you were pestering me with that other account, or what are you doing? Because there was some other guy doing the same thing, but in my community tab or something. Like, why is this so hard to believe? Like, at first, I thought, can't be, it has to be a lie. He cannot be this way. But he's just another nutrivore, another thing with, like, well, if the hen is just there and they lay the egg, I don't have a problem with, I'm like, really? Like, is it really just so hard to just leave the animals alone? I don't understand it, but, Vegan Games. Yeah, come on. Vegan Games is the king of reaction videos.
Hmm.
The king, the absolute emperor of reaction videos.
Yeah,
And
I loved his
it's,
reaction to Alex O'Connor after he stopped
I
becoming
mean,
vegan.
right. Whenever I need a laugh, I mean, that's the thing that's made to exactly that part. Exactly. That that
Oh,
that
I
bit
got
was so freaking funny. I was like, no, I had to repeat this thing. I replayed it over and over.
I love his reactions to you would have heard of Sverige, yeah, that freaking carnivore dude.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his reactions to Sverige on that 2 a.m. vegan channel is freaking hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of addicted to a 2 a.m. vegan, says Kerry. Yeah. And we all that 2 a.m. vegan is really cool, uploading all
Hmm.
those clips from vegan games. And I know there's also, but
Hmm.
mostly vegan games. And
Mostly games, yeah.
it's really fun to watch that because really, I mean, when vegan games get with the reaction, it's just
Hmm.
hilarity ensues. It's freaking great.
He's a funny bugger.
I'm into talking bushes, just not with Moses.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I like that bit in a Family Guy where the guy's like, if I believe in a snake Jesus, he will kill that person. And then the tree was like, if I believe in three Jesus, he will kill these people. And then a lightning comes and the tree falls on the people and kills them. And he's like, oh, yeah, three Jesus, thank you.
Oh,
Jesus,
jeez.
man, alive, yeah. Sverish
Sverige.
versus State made me cry laughing.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
There's a
Was that
Sverish versus State.
when? Who was it? Which Tate was it? Was it Andrew Tate or
That's it.
Tristan?
We're gonna have to go to that one after, or maybe we could do that reaction. How about that, Cameron? We could react to that.
Yeah, I did have one video put aside, but it's only a short one, so I'm still trying to find others. So,
Right.
dude, yeah, we'll see. I'll see how long it goes for. We'll see how long
Gary
it goes.
says Dumb and Dumber, as narrated by BG. Oh man, I can I need to watch
Oh,
that.
actually,
Yeah.
Kerry, I think I remember that now. It was Sverige reacting to Andrew Tate, if that's the one you're talking about.
Uh-huh. I
Hmm.
haven't seen that one, no. Because
It-
I saw something with Sberish, but then I didn't really like him. I was like, no, he's not even. I found him not even entertaining enough to like hate watch or anything. So I was
Oh,
like, nah, I'm done with this guy. I don't care anything about him.
that's
So
fair.
I don't watch anything with him.
I only
Like
watch
that,
his stuff when Gaines is reacting to it. So
right? Correct. But I'm like, no, I just passed on it
that's fair.
because it's
That's
very
fair.
just, I don't know.
He's just dumb. He's just dumb.
No, I
And
don't like bearish.
he's full of it. Yeah.
It was 2 a.m. vegan. I can't remember how old it was. Right. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this thing that with LVL because I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know why people have such a hard time like taking like, okay, I get it. I said that, so now it's like, oh no, provide this proof. Like, why are you like? I'm telling you, I have the screenshots. He said that those things, and then he took me for a fool because he sent me some articles about some, I don't know, some fallacy or whatever, and something. I was like,
Hmm.
really, are you doing this to me? I don't know, like I don't know. But and then he said stuff like nature though, so it's there. He said it, not me.
I have to rewatch that again because I watched the whole thing, but
Channels.
I didn't pick that up while watching it, unfortunately.
Jeez, okay. Kerry says VG channels my inner misanthrope.
Mhm.
Right, yeah, because he says what we're all thinking, but he says it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm living vicariously through
Hmm.
the gains. Like, yeah, you
But
go gains. You
then
say it.
again, I don't agree with everything Vegan Gains says either, though. So
No, no, of course not. No,
like,
no.
I'm not. I haven't studied enough on the subject, but the whole killing carnivores and stuff, that's just something that I think it's strange because you're attacking a creature who has no other choice but to eat animals to survive. And if there was ever a time to say nature though, it's in nature though. So you know, would it be good if the lion didn't have to kill the gazelle and all that? Absolutely, but it's just he doesn't have a choice.
Right, but you know
You
what
know,
they're saying also here, because here's the thing, right? Like they're saying like this weird thing that humans are here to be like the earth protectors and that we
mm,
must intervene
I
because this thing in nature is so horrible and we have
mm,
the resources and we have to intervene in this thing and I'm like,
mm,
okay, but if your intervention is like killing, like wiping out entire species because of something they can't even control,
yeah,
like what does that say about you and like
and
humans can control themselves and look what we do.
exactly, exactly. I
So who
think
are
at this
we
time.
to pass judgment on other creatures,
And even if the argument was fair, which I don't think it is, even if it is fair, that's not what we're focusing on right now. Anyway, we've got a massive mountain to freaking overcome before we start thinking about shit like that.
right?
Um,
But then there's some saying that yeah, but we can do both things. I'm like, oh no, these are the, I don't know. There are some vegans there's this branch of
no,
veganism that is about sentience and about
mm,
suffering. So it's like, no,
mhm.
it's reducing suffering. So we're reducing this suffering as well. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. Like, veganism is just ending the human to non human animal oppression.
Exactly right.
That's what it is. Anything
Uh,
else falls
because like
outside of veganism.
by their logic, we have to avoid causing animal harm, but at the same time, we're going to go out with our guns and shoot lions, causing animal harm. Like it just seems fucking strange.
Yeah,
It
because it's
just
an utilitarian thing where I kill this lion who would kill X amount of zebras and gazelles.
mm,
So it's like that's how they're seeing it.
yeah.
But I
Oh
don't know.
look,
It's weird. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and they're like the Nutrivore says that as long as we don't have the technology to make these animals like herbivores or something,
mm.
like turn lions into herbivores or something like that, then we have to shoot them or something. I'm like, what the heck?
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
like lions actually do, like lions and carnivores in their environments actually do. They play their roles in those ecosystems. Like
They
if it
do,
wasn't
but
for
then they're gonna.
lions,
If you say that, then they're gonna tell you that. Oh, you're saying ecosystem. Imagine thinking that the
no,
ecosystem matters or something. And like, yeah, we live in the freaking ecosystem, you mook.
we do.
So
And
yeah,
look, I feel like we should just do our thing, try and stay out of the animal's way, and just let nature, actual nature, just do its fucking thing. Like I don't know. I think that's
right.
it. I
But
don't know. Is that reasonable or is that not reasonable? I don't know.
I think it is, but they don't like it. They don't like it because then no, we're going to let this thing play out forever, and then this
Yeah.
suffering and stuff. And I'm like, man, like I don't know. It's a topic for some other time. Like right
It's a
now,
topic.
we can't even stop these farms and these slaughterhouses.
Yes. I mean,
Like, let's
consider like
focus
the
on
amount,
the human atrocity first, like what we're doing. You
like
know?
the amount of animals lions kill doesn't even touch on the amount of animals humanity kills each fucking day. So
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, exactly.
like it's
So
8 million animals who die every single day for human consumption or for humans to use for some purpose or another.
right,
But
it's like no, it doesn't even
yeah.
compare. But in their mind, it does, and in their mind, this thing is going
Mm,
to be more horrible in the long run because
yeah.
it's gonna go on forever. Like you don't know if it's going to go on forever. What if we leave this planet, build a man-made planet for ourselves,
Mm,
leave the animals here as this planet as a sanctuary, and you don't know how the animals might evolve or not. Maybe they evolve
exactly.
into something else, and then the lions get this conscience thing, and they think, hey, we can maybe change this thing. And like
Mm.
some animals have been known to change their habits,
Oh,
their
absolutely.
consumption or so. So maybe at some point they would do it without
Mm,
us intervening.
exactly. But the other thing is, like, if they're looking at it from a utilitarian point of view anyway, what happens, like, if this scenario played out? The lions are gone, carnivores are gone, all these animals start overpopulating, they eat all their freaking resources, all the animals die.
And
So,
then they fight
so
each other, become violent with each other,
yeah, so
therefore creating
uh,
more suffering and pain that
hmm,
they wanted to avoid.
yeah, so there's suffering in that regard. Like, if you wanted to look at it from a utilitarian, you know what I'm trying to say. If you wanted to look at it like that, it still doesn't play out right. Killing the carnivores anyway. I don't think.
Well, but they also have an answer for that because I've heard them say like they have these population control methods that would be put in place. And to
Mm.
me, population control methods just sound like more animal killings or maybe
Well,
some
it's still
some
it's interfering.
reproduction.
Yeah, you'd be interfering with the animals one way or the other. You'd be if you're going out there and cutting off the balls of these
Yeah.
gazelles or something, um, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something to exploit the animal anyway, for
Right.
something that humanity wants, not something that they asked for.
No, exactly. But then I don't know. I don't think there's like a perfect answer. If we want to
There's not.
solve
There's
the
not.
issue of suffering altogether, there's no perfect answer. We will have to do what Humane Hancock and the other guy wanted to do.
Mm.
Alex, like push the button that says wipe all sentient life
Yeah.
from existence in the universe. But
Yeah.
that's just ridiculous. That if they're depressed, go talk to someone, call some number or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you got a
sure, I don't think
psychiatrist
life
for him,
is the
mate?
best thing ever, but you know what? I rather live it and than not, and I don't
Hmm.
think this is a unworthy existence to have. Sure, it
No,
could be way better, if we didn't have these horrible things in our
of
planet,
course,
and
of
by horrible
course.
things I mean people.
No,
But
the
I don't know.
misanthrope is
It's like
growing.
I don't know.
No, I think if we wanted to just look at it super simply, human, no kill animal, human leave animal alone, and that's it. I
Right,
think that's
correct.
such a simple message that people can understand and just, if you want to have all these other ideas and stuff, you're welcome to do that. But I don't know
Right.
if you
And
want to
then it's
preach about
like,
something that
I
you
don't
don't.
know. But
Yeah.
there's this lady, her name is Patricia Nonis. She's got some ideas on her own, like some, uh, she calls it like positive domestication or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's weird. And it's basically just wiping their, like, basically it's just rearranging nature and rewriting these creatures' brains to not be what they are right now. So
Hmm.
basically changing their behavior, changing their individual selves, like changing the entire species. And
That
I don't know if I
sounds.
would be comfortable with that because then that's an ethical like dilemma or something. Because like, what if some other species from outer space thinks, hey, these humans are doing this thing that we don't want,
Hmm.
so we're going to rewrite their minds so they stop doing it. I
exactly.
wouldn't like to be mind wiped like the Men in Black thing with the
No.
flashy light
Well,
wherever.
that's the
No.
thing, though, man. Like, if we don't want to have it happen to us, if we would hate to see it happen to people that we care about, then we need to extend that to other beings and even people that we don't care about. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I don't know. Like, would
yeah.
would you do this thing? I watched her interview with Carnism Debunked. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like these ideas are kind of bonkers to me. Like, why would you mess with something that's already put in place and that, sure, it doesn't look perfect to us and it might not even be perfect.
Mm,
But this evolution thing is millions of years in the making. So maybe we shouldn't try to, even humans are not really evolved to our max potential, I guess, because
no.
we're still cavemen, but with concrete caves.
Well, yeah, our biology, from what I understand, hasn't changed all that much since cavemen days, I suppose. We've
Yeah.
just been lucky enough to discover a few things, which has helped to ignite our mind a little bit. But
Yeah.
hey, in the grand scheme
So
of things, it's not that freaking special, man. Like, we're lucky,
no,
is what
not
we are.
really. We're not that special, and to me, that's basically the human supremacy at play here. Thinking that yeah, we are these superior beings who have this responsibility and this.
Mm,
We have the responsibility to do better ourselves. The things we do
yes.
to animals are so horrendous because
Hmm.
we don't need to do them. And even if we did, like let's say that humans were obligate carnivores. Now,
Sure.
I would be advocating for, in this case, it would be for welfareism. Like we wouldn't,
Mm,
like are we subjecting these animals to these barbaric practices when we can just
yeah.
like cleanly kill them or whatever? Choose that option on
Mm,
until a technology comes around that we can rely upon, that we don't have to kill animals for food anymore because we can get the nutrients from somewhere else.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it would
Yeah.
become like the moral thing to do that option. But I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's like we're doing this thing, and I want to know, like these guys, these anti-carnivore guys.
Mm,
I don't know. To me, they're just philosophers who want to play some sadistic game online and feel
yeah.
better about themselves. And I don't know. It's just this Nutribor and this Avi and these people. I don't know. It's terrible.
No, I think maybe their type of content belongs maybe more on a freaking actual philosophy channel. I think like my idea of vegan channels is trying to promote veganism to people who aren't vegan, sort of a thing, and of course to build the vegan community.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, it's like, I don't know, it's like a weird idea and stuff.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
weird idea.
if we
Don't
were
like.
carnivores, then the arguments for welfareism, as you say, would be legitimate. But there is no argument when we can live completely plant based. Like it's the part that I don't understand is superiority arguments and stuff. Like, who gives a hell, man? Like, we're not, even if we were superior, it doesn't give us the right to manipulate these creatures anyway. Like the old argument, like, would you do this to a baby? Would you do this to a mentally handicapped person? Then the answer is always no, or typically it's no. So
Right, exactly. No, yeah, I've debated this thing with many people, and they give me these bonkers
mm,
hypotheticals,
mm,
like, oh, would you stop some mentally neurodivergent person who has like a heart condition, and they want to kill someone with a good heart to get the heart from them, and like that's not a lion. Like they have to eat, and sadly
mm,
what they eat is animal flesh,
yeah,
so they have to go and hunt for it. So it's not some guy wanting to have like a heart transplant, and I don't know, with a weird condition that I don't know. There's ways to go around it. He doesn't need to go murder anyone.
no.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
if there's no necessity, there's no justification. I think that's the simplest way to put it. Like,
Right.
plain and
So,
simple, man. It's like, all right, does he have necessity? No, no justification. Sorry.
no, correct. So I don't know. It's a weird take to have. So I don't
There's
know.
so
It's
many
weird.
weird takes, man. It makes my brain freaking explode.
Yeah, I mean, this I what I've discovered is this thing with, let me see, vegan bohemian says the issue is that vegans are trying to reason with logic. You can use logic to reason with insanity, just not possible. Right. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's like these philosopher types. It's like, I'm tired. All they do is just, you know, look for uh, more subscriptions and
Yeah.
watch time and stuff. That's all it is. They're just YouTube personas, and they're trying to do this thing just for themselves, and that's why
Yeah.
everyone's doing more or less, but I'm trying to give like a message for the animals, and that's the legacy that I wish to leave. Like if something that I'm gonna do to this world, like not contribute to too much. I want
Hmm.
this thing to at least be something that I live when I finally
Exactly.
go. When it's my time to go, at least I try to do something for the animals, something good.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Well,
these people just seem to be like, no, Destiny versus the Crucible, or this guy versus the other one, and who destroyed who in the debate. It's like no one destroyed anyone. The animals are the ones getting destroyed, while you're
yeah.
like brainstorming by
Yeah. It's
yourself.
not
Like, this
it's
is
not about
ridiculous.
it's not about us at the end of the day. Like my channel originally was going to be a lot more faceless stuff, the why vegan stuff, but it turned out there was a lot more effort
Oh,
to put
Vegan
into that
Bohemian
thing.
is having trouble with the autocorrect. Like, oh, night before the autocorrect have me
Rest
breast
master.
master. Hey, that
Hey,
could be a
stick with it,
title.
man. Stick with it.
I want to be a breast master.
Thought you were already.
Breast master. I'll tell you who
uh,
is a breast master. Well, I'm not gonna say it because then they cancel me. But yeah.
cancelled.
Oh, Rebecca says totally agree with you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nice, nice, awesome. Thank you. And then let me see. Instead of Beastmaster, you know.
Breast master, mate. Breast master.
Well, some beasts do have breasts, so they could be
Oh,
breastmasters as
why
well.
not? Why not both?
So Kerry says people feel more comfortable when others make typos. I used to freak out. Now I welcome them.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, my autocorrect does a bunch of stuff. It's
Hmm.
like, dude, it's not ducking. It's not ducking.
Yeah,
Stop with the ducking.
have you
It's an
found
F, not a
that?
D.
Have you found over the years that autocorrect has gotten worse? Like I used to be able to just type stuff; it would autocorrect it for me as I go. Now, if I type on my phone, I am typoing like you wouldn't bloody believe. So I try
Right,
to do my
exactly.
my responses nowadays on my computer. So if I have a bad reply to someone's message, I've done it on my phone. So,
Yeah. And it's like, man, I was trying to write correct, not Constantinople. What are you doing? Like,
oh man,
I sound like some lunatic or something. I don't know. It's weird. But
if I
yeah.
try to write hell, it'll tell me heal. So
Vegan Bohemian says I reported 20 videos today.
oh wow.
I don't know. I reported like Instagram accounts
Mm,
and YouTube and stuff, but they never listen to that.
no, but
Hey, my good friend, my dear friend Andrés Barrientos is here.
howdy
Anibal.
howdy.
Saludos Serenoide. Yeah, that's right. Serenoide, that used to be my nickname on PlayStation Network.
Oh, that's so cool.
I changed it. But yeah. Oh
I know
man,
this is
that's
a
funny.
vegan conversation, but what games did you play, man?
Oh man, I mean, I've played everything because I played games since I was like 4 years old. So I played from Qbert to I don't know, Bloodborne. So I
Oh
played
wow, that is a big, yeah, it's big, yeah, awesome. I was
I played everything.
PS3,
Which I
PS3
was
was
going
G.
to ask you
Hmm,
because you said something about GTA being censored or something. Uh,
I think so. Yeah, well, there's a lot of complaints and stuff about
right,
video games.
exactly. But what's
Uh,
your favorite GTA? Have you played the GTA franchise?
I have played pretty much every GTA, and I spent way too long on GTA 5 online. I played that game all the way from PS3. Went to PS4. I played it a bit on PC. I was, and
Right,
I recently got it on the new Xbox, and so
right. Yeah. My GTA. I mean, in fact, I'm playing it currently. It's GTA Vice City.
oh, Vice City, yeah, right.
To
I
me,
remember
Vice City
Vice
is
City.
like man life. That's my GTA.
Well,
choice.
Do you
Yeah.
remember? Did you? Because I played GTA since GTA 2 on the PS1, right?
Oh, right.
And then that massive leap from GTA 2 to GTA 3, we have this open world, and you
Yeah.
can, I was a bit
Yeah.
sadistic back then. I'd go run people over and
Right.
stuff.
It's funny
Uh,
because back in the day, that was like the year 2000, 2001, something like that. So I must have been like 17, 18.
mhm.
And this, I was at school, and this, yeah, kind of a friend of mine, he was like, hey, there's this game. You can run over old people and beat beat everyone up and this thing, and you
Yeah.
steal cars and do this thing and blow everything up. And I was like, where is this game?
Where is
I
it?
need this game in my life. This sounds like the perfect game. And like what Can
Oh,
Plants Feel Pain says, and well, we'll go to that. But first, GTA. So yeah, I was like, I need to play this thing. Like,
yeah.
what is this? So I went I traveled to Miami,
Yep.
and then I was like, at the store, I was like, hey, I want this GTA 3. But the guy, the clerk, he said, man, GTA Vice City is already out. Get that one instead. And I bought the game plus the
Yep.
strategy guide. That was a thing
Oh,
at the
so
time, the
yes, yeah,
strategy guide.
yeah. Because without
So
Google and all that.
yeah, I was like, this game is awesome. It's like in the 80s and stuff. And I'm a 90s kid, but I'm also like
Yeah.
like an 80s toddler.
Mm,
I'm at that space and time where I'm
yeah.
like an 80s 90s, so it's
Mm.
like oh man, the soundtrack was just legendary.
Oh,
But my friend does ask, I have a question. Can plants feel pain? Well, no, they can't. And that's all the time we have for today. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah.
bye,
No, no, no.
guys.
Exactly. Right. No, they can't. That's all the time we have. No,
The
no,
AG.
right, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna live forever. No,
I love it.
no, they can't. As far as we know, they just can't. Yeah,
Oh, look, there's no evidence to support that they feel pain. They have no brains, no central
yeah.
nervous system. They
Is
react to
Anibal a
stuff.
troll? No, CDA. He's not a troll. He's an actual friend of mine. Uh, he's a good friend of mine. No, he's not a troll. He's asking in good faith.
Mm.
Uh, and yeah, he was a huge fan, by the way, of the our friend of this channel, the septic man, and he was too disappointed with him.
I was watching Cosmic Skeptic before I went vegan. Actually, I didn't watch
Right? Yeah,
all of his
for this
videos, but
atheism stuff, right?
yeah, I liked the way he talked. I thought he was an interesting dude. But now I just don't touch his videos anymore. Just out of
Right? No, I
principle.
don't watch anything. I watched
Mm.
the Peter Singer
I did.
because I was really interested in seeing what this Peter Singer had to
Yeah.
say, but it was horrible.
It
So I was
actually
like,
seemed
oh
like
no.
in that conversation, it actually seemed like Alex cared more about the animals than the guy who wrote the book on it, mate. Like it was,
That was weird. Exactly, like the guy who's like, sorry guys, not practicable, was more into the
Hmm.
animals thing than the guy who wrote the book
That's
called
it.
Animal Liberation. It's
It's
like,
so
what?
disappointing because a guy like Peter Singer has actually been responsible for a lot of people bloody going vegan. So it's like
Exactly.
I
Oh, Big
wish.
Jotich says greetings.
Greeting,
That's
Bijo.
right. We have the NBA champion in here.
Champion.
Not sure. CDA remains to be seen. Bumpus ass, in my opinion. What are you talking about? I don't
Oh,
know.
they're talking about your friend.
Probably, but no,
Yeah,
he's a cool guy. He's a cool
yeah.
guy. I assure you of that. He's
Hmm.
cool, so don't worry about him. He's not like
You gotta cut some people a bit of slack too, because sometimes they get told these things and they start believing it. Like as a kid, they don't tell us all the details of what plants feel, or what plants are like. They just say, "Oh, plants are also alive," and that's pretty much where they leave it. So,
all right. Yeah, no, So it's like, yeah, these things like what Vegan Pundit was. Oh, cosmic septic. Yeah, of course. Yeah, comic septic.
I love how that spread.
Colonoscopy McGee. Yeah, exactly.
Where do you come up with all these names?
Right. Colonoscopy McGee. That's one of my favorite. Yeah,
Oh
because
man.
yeah, I don't know. It
Everyone
just
sends. Everyone get onto Cosmic Skeptic's email and start sending him those videos.
right. Yeah. But whatever, that septic guy, that was terrible, but I don't know. I just have so much fun with that. By the way, my next deer, AJ, the intro, the cold open, so to speak, is gonna have some Alex O'Connor in it. It's gonna be a bit with the. I'm not gonna give away the plot.
Nah,
You
no,
know, I'm not
no
gonna give any
spoilers.
spoilers. You know, but it's going to include the septic man. Yeah,
Okay, sounds good. Sounds
it's
good.
gonna be
I'll,
fun. Yeah, it's gonna be
I'll be
fun.
I'll be tuning into that as always.
Yeah, me and Pandit and Kerry and D Jokic. Yeah, awesome. So right, so it's like this thing what we were talking about, this lion thing, and then this
Hmm.
septic guy. I don't know. So
Well, we were
oh
talking
yeah,
about
GTA,
GTA as
yeah, the
well.
GTA stuff, yeah. So no, it was something I was like, yeah, GTA,
Hmm.
but it's weird because I don't know, that game was just so hilarious to me. But one time I was playing GTA 4,
Hmm.
and my mother came into the room. I was like, oh no, my mother's gonna see this thing and I'm gonna be grounded forever. And this thing is going to be awful and I'm gonna have to return the game.
Yeah.
No, quite the opposite. She was like, yes, run over that guy and shoot that other lady and do this thing. She was having like a laugh. Like,
Kill
yeah,
that lady.
run into that lamppost, whatever. It's like, man, what is this? Like, you're worse than I am. Like,
I'm telling
like,
you, man. Like
run that
people,
red, like, hilarious. I
people
was like,
wanted
oh,
those games, man. Like I wanted a game like GTA before it ever came out. Like I was thinking in my head
exactly.
about a game like that. Then when GTA came out, I wanted a game like GTA 5 Online. It took freaking 20 years to get there, but bloody hell, that's what
Right. But
like
it's weird because back when San Andreas came out, that was back in like 2004 something.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, around that time, I was asking, I wanted to have like a GTA where the protagonist was a woman. But
Apparently they're doing that with the new
they're
one.
doing that now. Like the next
Yeah.
one is going to be a woman protagonist.
I think it's
But
going to be
the
like
state of things currently, so it's going to be like some sort of weird
a macho
pushback
woman.
pushback against it. It's going woke and this thing. I'm like, dude, I've been waiting for Lady
Mm,
GTA for like decades. Don't take
yeah.
this away from me. I mean, I'm not like a woke person or anything like that, but
Mm,
I want that Lady GTA. I need it.
mm.
I want that lady protagonist because to me it seems like it would be more awesome to have like a lady, just running over everyone and like throwing grenades and shooting at everyone. Like I don't know, it seems
And
fun. I don't know.
you
So
have to
have
name
like
her.
a really loud mouth lady, like
Name's
being really
Karen, right?
rude. I don't know. It seems fun, like I don't know. It seems fun. I want to. I
Yeah,
want to see that. I
yeah,
need that in the
absolutely.
game. And
All
we've
right.
had some characters in GTA that are ladies, and they're really,
Mm,
really, really cool. But
absolutely.
then they're no protagonists, not
No.
playable protagonists. So that's gonna be cool.
Well, they had three main characters in GTA 5, and they were all dudes. So I think
Exactly,
they
yeah.
could have, if they had three, they could, just add one freaking, you could just add a woman. Like, it's not going to kill you.
Right, guys. Where is Elder Scrolls 6? Which hole did they stick it in? Elder Scrolls.
Oh, I never
That's the
played.
thing with the Skyrim and stuff. Yeah, I didn't play
I
those.
played Skyrim, I think.
Yeah,
That,
I
a
started
little
playing
bit,
it
though.
right now. I don't know.
I
I'm not
played it
into
on
that
the,
type of game too much. Like the first person, like you see a hand casting
mm.
spells and doing stuff. No,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
into
like
that.
the third person point of view. I've always enjoyed that too.
Right, right.
Yeah. I
I'm
played a
more
bit
into
of
the third
World of
person stuff.
Warcraft. Um,
Right, right.
but the one game that I played for years that took so much of my life was I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Ark Survival Evolved.
I downloaded that from the PS Plus thing,
Yeah.
and I couldn't even start the game. Like I didn't even
Oh,
understand the menu or how to play. It was
uh,
weird.
there's a bit of a
I
learning curve, but it's
I was like, what the? How do I even start the game? Like this, that is the most difficult game I've played
yeah.
because I can't even play it.
I think it's worth if you're playing a game like that to have someone with you. But it's a bloody harsh game because you're playing online and
Right,
everything that you own and everything that you build, which you could build up over months, right? Someone can come along while you're offline and destroy and kill you and take everything. And I think I enjoyed that because it was sort of like it left you in this constant fucking anxiety sort of a thing. But it was, I don't know, it made it lifted the stakes, I suppose.
right, yeah. It's weird, you know.
But
Any
it's
Mass Effect fans, man, don't
oh,
get
I
me
know Mass Effect.
started.
I haven't
Don't get me
played it.
started on Mass Effect because the stream goes to like 10 hours, like David Rams. It,
Oh, here we go.
man alive, Mass Effect is like I don't know. It's like the trilogy of I don't know. It's just so bloody perfect.
So you recommend it then? I'm imagining.
I do. Which ending, if there are any Mass Effect fan, which ending? What ending? I mean there was controversy because the ending of the trilogy was like really terrible. But they kind of fixed it in further DLC contents and stuff, and it's very good now. And the Legendary Edition is good, but
Mm.
they can. And I knew they were going to do that because I suspected as soon as they said we're going to do a remaster of the trilogy, I was like, they're going to woke it. They're going to make it woke, and they kind of did. I was like, oh no, why did they cut
It's
content? I
it's
hate it
just
when
the
they
way.
censor stuff. Like I understand that certain scenes were not needed for the plot, but I want my fan service. I want to see hot ladies in close up. I don't care if it's some polygons or some ones and zeros. I want to see some hot lady. Like the developers, the original guys did that. I want to see the
Mm.
art. Yeah, whatever. But it
Yeah.
backfired on them because the new one has a photo mode, so you can still ogle some ladies in the game, even more than
Oh,
in the previous
nice.
version. So the joke's on them, yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't know, it was kind of weird. But the Mass Effect trilogy is amazing, especially the second game.
Mm.
To me, it's like it has the best mission of any game ever. Like the last the so-called suicide mission from Mass Effect 2 is just the best mission. Like I don't know. I've replayed that thing over and over and over. It's just so crazy.
Yeah, I think you're selling me on it, man. If I find the time to play it.
Okay, so my friend asks another question. What are your thoughts on having pets on a non-vegan diet?
That's
Well,
hmm,
that's kind of a two-part questions because the first, I
hmm,
mean, the thing is having pets. I'm already against having pets as it
hmm.
is. Like, I wouldn't consider like a companion animal a pet, like a thing that I own or something. Uh, I'm okay with like rescue animals because that's the best we can do today, I guess. But
Yeah.
I'm a no pet kind of guy. But then having a pet and then having them eat animals, I don't know. The thing is, I'm not really well versed
That's
in it. I don't know all the details and stuff, but they're been saying that there's vegan versions of pet food, so to speak,
mm,
that these animals, especially dogs, can actually thrive on this plant-based diet for
yeah.
them because they're omnivores, and cats are more sensitive because of the taurine or something in the
Well, cats is also difficult as well because cats are fussy as hell. Like if they've decided they're not going to eat something, they're not going to eat something. S-
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The cat does what the cat wants. Like
exactly.
you're the pet. They're the owners here.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like the cat is like their apartment. You bring a cat to your house.
Hmm.
It's their house now. You're just a guest.
But yeah,
So
the
they
other
let
thing
you live there. They're like, yeah, you can
yeah, you
stay
get
here. Yeah,
you were here first, but I'll let you stay.
right,
I
exactly.
think
So
the other argument against like the non-vegan food for pets
yeah,
is
CDA has a very opinionated take. It's immoral. Go get some vegan dog and cat food. Yeah, but it's like it's I don't know. I don't know all the
it's hard to
specifics and
say
all the data.
because
So
a lot of
someone
the
who knows might be able to respond better to that. I don't know.
mm,
Knights of the Old Republic. What ending? I went with the destroy ending as well on Mass Effect 3. Reapers and everything. And yeah, I played MMO Star Wars The Old Republic for 3 years. Man,
wow.
that's dedication. There was this online game, the browser game called Call of War, and it's fun because it's a browser game, so you don't have
Mm,
to download anything, and it's like in the World War II or something, and then you pick a country or whatever, and you're that country, and then you have to create troops and planes and tanks and go
Oh, is
invade
that?
other regions and other countries. And
I
it's
played
like that. Like you go out
yeah.
of the computer, you log out. Next
Hmm.
morning, you have someone invading your territories. You have to get
Oh.
them back, and it takes a while. Like one
Hmm.
session with with a cousin of mine, we played from October to December, just one session,
Yeah, right.
and it was the two of us. He was Russia, and I was like Sweden or something,
Yeah, yeah.
and we expanded our territories. And when we was just the two of us versus the machines, whatever, and then we
Hmm.
were like, okay, so it's just the two of us. I knew he had the nuclear weapons ready, so and he sent a spy that I caught. So I was like, oh, you're sending me a spy? Okay, I'm sending you the first bomb, and then I
Hmm.
pressed the nuclear bomb, and yeah, I bombarded him first, but he ended up
Nice.
winning. I knew he was going to end up winning, but the thing was from October to December, this game session, this war, it was crazy. It
That's
was really
crazy,
exciting.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Reminds me a little bit of those Command and Conquer games, except it's sort of what
exactly.
taking place over a lot more time.
Oh man, Age of Empires 2, man, like that game is just so man, so awesome, really. Okay, so CDA activism speaks could prefer what CDA? Where did you go? The taste of dogs and cats. Would it be ethical to murder dogs and cats to feed pigs?
No, I don't think so. But I think the argument that people make when it comes to dog food and stuff like that is it's byproducts from other things. So I don't know if that makes it ethical, but vegan kindness can't get a
Oh,
word.
well, excuse me, Jokic. Uh, all
Yeah,
right,
all good.
Cameron, you have the panel all to yourself. What do you have to say about pet foods?
No, I was just there's the argument for it being byproducts, buying the pet food. I don't know if that's a strong argument or not, but I think because CDA activism said to kill cats and dogs to feed pigs, like I don't know if that's exactly what's happening when it comes to pet food. Depending on what you buy, if you're buying like raw meat and stuff for your pets, then absolutely you are supporting that industry. Um,
Yeah.
but I think vegan pet food probably is the best bet. But I'm on the fence whether buying the pet food is immoral or not. I don't know. What would your take on that be?
I
Like, just
mean,
say you've already got the pet. You know,
right.
you've gone vegan. You got the pet 2 years ago. You went vegan just now. Do you continue to buy the same pet food that you buy, or
I
do
mean,
you go?
if I guess I would research and
Mm,
to the best of my knowledge, try to do the vegan thing to the with the
yeah,
pets, so to speak. And if it works, because I've heard that sometimes cats, mostly, like sometimes it doesn't work on certain cats. So okay, but dogs, I think they're doing pretty well. So
they can, yeah. Like you
now,
can actually just cut up vegetables and stuff and add it with their other food as well. So because like everyone knows, they're omnivores. So uh, apples, carrots, potatoes, all of these things, I'm pretty sure that dogs can have.
right, yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
saying
so
it's the
this
only
other
thing, but yeah.
question, you're right. So it says, and you wouldn't consider having a pet if you knew they will get killed in the shelter. I've heard that's what they do on shelters if they don't get adopted in a certain amount of time. It does
That's
happen.
true.
It does happen because, of course, the shelter is not like infinite. They have a
Mm,
finite room,
yeah,
so they have
even
to so the thing is the following. This problem with the pet animals, we created this problem. We
that's
made
true.
them into pets, and then we have these breeders who are the real problem, the root of all the problem. Now the
Mm,
shelters are just full with animals that were left abandoned to
yeah,
their luck by horrible people who didn't care, or for some people who were just like, oh no, I don't have any more money, or my kid grew and doesn't want the pet anymore, or whatever, and they abandon these creatures. So the problem is that they exist in the first place for us when
mm.
they even shouldn't be. It's like all
No,
these dog races with like
I hate
like
that.
the
I hate
flat
that.
noses and stuff. It's like, I don't know. So it's a problem that we created, so we need to
Yeah.
find a better solution to this thing.
Yeah, well, like the first thing we need to do is just make breeding animals illegal. Like you should not be able to have two dogs and start breeding them in your backyard, then selling them just to, continue having these people buy them, sending them to shelters, half of them not getting adopted, half of them getting killed. That's probably not the amount, but you know what I mean. Um, yeah, that's where we start. We just stop the breeding of animals, like stop commodifying them
Exactly.
that way.
But
I
here's
think
the
owe it
tricky.
to the animals that we currently have alive to
Mm,
look after them. But no, we shouldn't be bringing any more into the world.
I have a pit bull buddy that I love watermelon, that love watermelon and broccoli.
Oh, that's so cute.
Right. So here's the thing, right? With the pets, it's going to be a really hard sell for people who are not like vegans or whatever.
It
It's
is,
gonna
yeah.
be a hard sell. Like, hey, dude, we need to stop bringing these animals into existence altogether. Just take the ones that are on shelters, care for them, not breed them anymore,
Yeah.
and let them just die out because sadly their existence was man-made in the
It
first place.
was that's 100% right. I
And
mean,
it's horrible to think about it, like a world with no dogs,
oh, it's
or
it's it's very sad. Like these are
it's like
beautiful
extremely
animals.
sad because they've developed this kind of relationship with humans,
They have,
and
yeah.
it feels unfair, but it's unfair to them what we are doing to them. So it's like they
Yeah, and
exist for us.
they can't like you can't just
So,
let them off into the world, like into our world. It's just not a safe place for them, unfortunately. Like the best, unfortunately, the world that we've got built, the best place for them is with a human, unfortunately. I mean,
yeah.
they get hit by cars. There's horrible human beings out there who you don't know what they're going to do. So
Yeah, so Jokic does say that the problem with vegan pet food is that it's sold only in certain countries.
yeah,
Sure, there's also that. So yeah, it's there's a lot to consider right there, but to consider there, But I don't know. I don't know. It's like a really make it so dog can talk easy.
yeah. Well, that reminds me of that Guardians of the Galaxy movie again with the talking dog because it was just a normal dog, but it could talk. So, and then people sort
Right.
of gave it more rights and shit like that. But dogs can talk, mind you. The way, if you've ever had contact with a dog, just the way that they look at you, the way they'll put their paw up on you to tell you something.
Right.
They communicate with us. All animals can communicate with us. It's just a lot of people choose not to listen, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Mm. You can order vegan cat food online.
I want to.
Need to
I want
go
to.
now, guys. Have a good one. Stay
Oh,
awesome.
you
Oh
have an
no,
awesome one.
remote.
Thank you so much for
Why?
coming.
All right. Well, just watch the rest of it. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you for being here. Thank you for being such an awesome friend. And
absolutely.
yeah, she's awesome. Too sad, but she's probably gonna watch the rest of it anyway.
Well, it's
At
like
some point.
it'd
I
be like,
hope. Let's see. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
well,
so,
goodbye. Yeah, have a good one, Marlene. Have a good one. Okay, so right. So yeah, this thing with the pets and stuff, right? So
mm,
I don't know.
I'd like to know people's experience. To CDA activism's statement. The vegan cat food. I want to know people's experience on that. Like, how many cats take to it? The health. I'd like to know all the stuff about that because that's like the dogs is an easy one. Like dogs are omnivores where cats are obligate carnivores. So I am curious. And if anyone out there ever has a cat for whatever reason and you feed them vegan cat food, I'd love to hear about it.
Right, exactly, yeah. But I don't know. There's been some. I guess someone has said that they have like vegan cats and stuff,
Hmm.
but some others have reported that the cat just didn't really do well with the vegan stuff. But
Yeah.
who knows? Because people say anything to justify their thing. So oh no,
Exactly.
I tried to go vegan, but I'm allergic to tomatoes or something. I don't know. I'm going to
Oh,
take
thank
a
you.
look. Do they ship Balkans? I wonder how much would it cost. I don't know. Yeah, it might be a difficult thing to get to
Oh,
the Balkans.
vegan pet food would be expensive, I'd imagine.
Yeah, there's some research on it. I'll send some tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean
Thank you,
everything that
Kane.
helps. Yeah.
Oh, legend, man. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the pet food thing's definitely an important issue, but I think I wouldn't focus too much on what pets are eating to begin with. Anyway, I'd be more about what the human beings are consuming because once humans go vegan, it only turns into more vegan pet food anyway, because if there's no animals being slaughtered, then that's just the road we're going to go down.
Right. Well, this is a good one from CDA, right? Like I feed them vegan food, even if they don't want, they didn't like it. The chickens don't want
No,
to get stabbed.
no, fair point, fair point.
Yeah, that's right. And then it's a problem that it's a double problem because we breed these dogs into existence and these cats. Then
Yeah.
we breed these other animals into existence to kill them for food. And now we give them to the cats and dogs. What is
It's a vicious cycle. I completely agree. It's a vicious cycle.
I don't know really. It's
I don't
like
know.
what
I
the
don't know what
heck?
the right thing is. Like, if you've got a cat and it just refuses to eat vegan dog food, do you just let it starve to death, or do you buy
Or you force your beliefs down the
do I
cat's throat.
do I just have to spoon
Meow,
feed?
meow, meow. You're like, eat it, Mr. Whiskers, eat it. Mr.
I don't.
Whiskerson, eat it.
I honestly, I do not know what the right thing to do in
And
that.
the cat's
So
like,
that's
meow, meow.
very.
I'll get you when you sleep.
You can tell
And
if you
then,
fed a cat because your wrists won't look the same
right.
anymore.
And then the cat's like starts plotting your death when you're asleep.
Oh yes, that's why you got to lock your doors.
Then you get those bright
Hey,
eyes at
that's
night.
it. That
They're,
sounds like a good story for your next vegan realm video.
yeah, the vegan cat. Yeah, probably the killer cat. Let's see. There's some reason. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what's in it anymore, meat or not. It's all fortified anyway. There's vegan cat food that's not expensive, only a little more.
Okay.
It makes
Yeah.
sense that you should keep trying different vegan pet foods and find the one they eat.
Okay. Yeah. Fair points. Fair points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. As I said, dogs easy. Cats. Yeah. You probably have to do what you said and buy 100 different ones, and hopefully one of them they'll eat. Which they're designing these things for the pets to eat. So
Oh
surely
man, the
they'll.
CDA is really, it's really
What if they
militant.
don't want to
This
starve
thing,
to death?
they'll eat it if they don't want to starve to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then ends with a lol, like if they don't want to starve to death, lol.
No.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
yeah. Carrie says my dogs love vegan food. Ah, sure they do.
Oh,
Man, if
good.
you feed a dog like a Beyond sausage or something, they'd be elated. They'd be like, "Yeah, I
Oh,
love
they'd love
that."
it, man. They'd love it. Have you ever been around dogs, mate? They'll eat bloody anything, mate.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Just
That's
make
right.
just make sure there's no chocolate around for them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, dogs will just eat anything really. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah. So I don't know. What we were also saying. All right, this thing because I did tell my friend Marlene I was going to tell you this.
Mhm.
You absolutely have to watch Breaking Bad, my man.
Oh yes, I knew
You
you're gonna get me on this one.
right. You have to
I
like no, dude. Like don't skip that one. Like
I've
watch
been meaning to watch it for years. I haven't got around to it.
freaking
Um,
watch it. It's freaking
I
amazing.
will. I will. I
And
will.
then watch
There's a
Better Call Saul, the
Better Call
sequel,
Saul.
because it's freaking awesome as well. It's like what the heck? It's just too good. Okay,
Yes.
so just adopt a bunny. There are so many that need a home. My bun lived for 12 and 8 years,
12.8 years.
12.8. They are little angels.
Yeah, bunnies are cute little guys.
Yeah, bunnies, yeah. Then the thing is that most people get bunnies for like Easter and then they forget
Mm.
about it and they're like, oh yeah, no.
I think with
It's great.
bunnies as well, like you sort of subject it. Like, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. A lot of the time when people get bunnies, they just put them in a cage and forget about them. And yeah, it's a little bit
Right,
sad.
yeah.
Like guinea pigs and stuff. I don't know. I do agree though. Like it's if you're gonna save an animal and it's a herbivorous animal, yeah, it's a great idea. Actually,
Right,
a
yeah.
pet that I used to have when I was a long time ago was a rat, and rats are absolutely beautiful animals, like beautiful personalities. Actually, this rat lived on my mantelpiece, and it would go behind the photos and stuff like that, and I'd bring it food. It would go up, and you'd give it the food, it would climb on you and cuddle up to you. They were like people who haven't had experience with rats. They're absolutely beautiful creatures.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That people have the rats have such a bad reputation and stuff,
Mm.
but they're actually very interesting
They
creatures.
have the personality, a very similar personality to dogs. They have great intelligence. They're beautiful creatures. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah. We got a big issue. Yeah, with that happening in Australia. Like
Yeah,
this.
I heard this like an issue with like mice in Australia.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but apparently the crops and stuff, rats and whatnot. I see like a lot of big parks and stuff that I drive past. See a lot of bunnies and stuff hopping around, and you just know what people are going to want to do to them. So,
Right, yeah.
and the kangaroos as well. Like I remember hearing a story when I was very young about the millet. I was actually at the one of the army bases for whatever reason, and
Right.
one of the soldiers, whatever you want to call him, says like they use like the kangaroos for like target practice and to test their explosives and stuff like that. Animals that even people who aren't vegan think it's weird to kill. So it's we're just terrific, aren't we?
Right. But I don't know, it's weird, like that's the other thing, like in different countries you have these different rules for like animals and stuff, and some things happen probably in Australia that wouldn't happen anywhere else.
Hmm.
Or some things happen in this other country and it's like illegal there but legal here, and it's like
Yeah,
I don't know, it's weird.
yeah. It just goes to show legality really doesn't equal morality, as they say.
No,
So,
exactly, yeah. And it's all made up, really, because okay, so in this country it's okay to eat dogs, but in this one it's not. So in this one it's illegal, and
hmm.
they everybody wants to cancel you if you kick a dog,
Oh,
but
dude, you're
then
done.
you can eat a cow or whatever, and I don't know.
Yeah, see, it's fine. You go kill a pig, eat him as bacon. But if I was to go do that same thing to a dog, eat him as bacon, mate, people would lose their freaking minds, man.
Exactly,
Um,
because that's a
like,
pet animal.
like there's these massive protests for like the Yulin Dog Festival, which don't get me wrong, I agree with. We should be fighting against that too. But then you see guys like Earthling Ed go in and interview a bunch of these people, and barely any of them were actually vegan. Like you have a conversation with them, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not vegetarian. I do eat meat and all the rest of this stuff." And it's like, all right, so what's the difference between the cow that you're eating and the dogs that the people in Yulin are eating?
Right.
There's It doesn't seem to be a very big difference from my perspective.
No, it's all made up. It's all a
Mm.
fabrication, because I mean, like, why is it then permissible here and not there, and that other animal is food there, and here is like a pet or something? It's like it's not really. There's nothing in these animals that we really need to
No,
survive or anything.
no,
It's all made up just to
it's all
get
made
you
up.
to buy their products.
Just yeah, to buy the products of a torture industry. The
Mm.
deer. Oh wow. Oh, that's nice. Free roam bunny.
Mm. Ah, all right. There. For some reason, the bunny just knew where to go. Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, beautiful.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's like we've tried everything. Yeah, Kerry has had some bad experiences with that, with the
tried
crop
everything beyond murder.
defense and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the right thing to do. Like I know we sort of accept a certain amount of death when it comes to crops and stuff like that, but to
Because
do
the
it,
other thing
yes,
is that there's not much
there's
of an alternative right
there's no
now.
alternative. Yeah, there isn't an alternative. But in a vegan world, it's something that's going to be worked upon anyway. It's like if everyone was vegan, there's no way that they're going to allow crop deaths to happen anyway. So we just got to work on what's happening now, which is animal exploitation and actual, at the actual exploitation, and not not the crop deaths. But I don't know what you do as a personal measure if you've got pests eating your food.
Right. Oh no. What is this? Angelo says, guys, let's go meta. How do rights arise? Where do they come from? What makes them exist? Oh my god. Well, I guess
Well,
it's
that
just
might
like go ahead, go ahead.
that might be beyond my intelligence level, if I'm honest with you. But I think sometimes, and I think every right is probably going to come from a different place. So the rights that I think that should stick around and the ones that matter the most should come from a moral place. And like what happens to us, we don't like it. Therefore, we want to make a right to stop that happening to us and to other people, I suppose. And then I guess we need to extend that to animals. Like they feel pain and stuff, but rights is such a vague term as well. So I don't know. I would have to say rights come from a million different places, but I don't know. What would you say, AJ?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, rights actually come from that, like the just like coexistence. We start doing things that someone finds like
Hmm.
trouble with it. Someone is like, "Hey, this is not cool."
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, right, maybe this thing is not cool, so let's stop doing this thing and let's have the right, so to speak,
hmm.
to not get this thing done to us or
Yeah,
to
exactly. I
get
don't
this
like
other
being.
thing." So it's a case by case thing.
Hmm.
That's how the law basically works. There's a
Yeah,
lot of loopholes in the law, but as soon as something different happens, they try to tackle the issue, and they're like, okay, so now this law needs to exist or this
yeah,
addendum or whatever. So
yeah. The
yeah.
amendments. Yeah, yeah. Exactly right. As for where all rights come from, I feel like some of them probably do come from could come from a selfish place. I don't know what those rights are, but maybe the rights to bear arms or something like that. I don't have a massive opinion on that. I'm not telling people to throw the, but you know what I mean. Like there's some rights that are just people want it, so people get it, sort of a thing.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
the important rights I think come from what we like and what we dislike. So I don't like people stealing from me. Therefore, we extend that to other people, or you know, something like that. Two
Hmm? Let me see. Mhm.
rabbits get under the fences.
Let me see. Curious to. I use now pest control.
No
I
piss.
I try fail. Gave up. Yeah, right. Like there's some with like, yeah, harvesting crops. It's basically going to result like right now. There's no other. I don't know. There's no viable technology, I guess, like put together to make it to like have these crops
Hmm.
only like indoors, some
Yeah,
facility or something, and then grow these things there with no animals and.
yeah. I suppose using a greenhouse might be a bit like that's a bit of a commitment right there as well.
Right.
Um, But yeah, there are other forms of crop growing that will become available to us, and that goes back to the crop testing again. Which in a vegan world, we'd push for things like I think vertical farming and stuff like that, where all the crops are grown indoors, and you can pretty much grow any crop you want without having any worries for uh, animal deaths at all. I mean,
Exactly.
and it's all you have to do at that point is just push for a vegan world. If we're not exploiting animals, we're going to want to, not harm animals even in a non-exploitative way. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
but yeah. All right. What else?
Missing protects base from elements. Yes, thank you. Under is via me. I can. It's nothing or poison, and then not poison. I
That's
mean,
fair.
yeah, it's a tricky situation. We don't want to kill any animal or anything like that, but uh, it's a
Just get it.
tricky, really a tricky. Because that's the thing. We created these societies, these
Yeah.
human places and stuff, with no regard for the animals, the environment, or our health. So we're trying to undo generations of this atrocity that have
Yeah.
been put in place that people got used to. somehow, and we're trying to do away with these things. So I'm guessing, it's like, you know, it's gonna come about. The change is gonna include this thing. Like at some point,
Of course it will. Yeah.
growing our food will be completely, uh, with no animal use
Hmm.
or harm or anything like that. It will
Exactly.
come. It will come, but I don't know. It's like right now, I don't know. There's some alternatives just being like presented right now, but we'll see in the future. But yeah,
Yeah, well, speaking of some of those alternatives, I suppose lab grown meat is something that's starting to be pushed forward now. I don't know a ton about it, but I understand that it's still a little bit exploitative. I, I hear like they still have to get
yeah.
blood and stuff from the actual animal, and then that animal after it's been used up gets taken to be slaughtered anyway. So
Oh well. I didn't know about the
I don't know if that's true. That's just something I've heard. So if you research it and it's different, and it could be different depending on which company you're talking about as well. But I did hear something like that. But don't take it with a bit of a grain of salt, I suppose.
right. So yeah, I heard something, but yeah, it's like these lab grown meats. I don't know. As far as I know, apparently they do use these animal cells and they do
Mm,
use this like blood from like
yeah,
I don't know. So to me, it just seems like it's the same exploitation, but only like
it's on a
with
smaller
like
scale, I think.
right with like trying to do this greenwash or this humane wash or something,
Yeah,
but it's like the same thing, only now in a conveyor belt.
yeah.
So it's even worse because now more products. I don't know. But
It's
if this thing can actually replace like the animal flesh, I mean, it's technically it is animal flesh,
it is.
but
Yeah,
not attached to an actual living, breathing animals at some point.
it's
So
kind of like the old stem cell research, I think. So I think when it comes to lab grown meat, and I'm no scientist, obviously, but I think there comes a point where they can do that stuff without using any animals at all. And if that's the case, then it's obviously a better alternative than exploiting and killing animals every single day.
right, and but then this is a good point from Angelo. Like, uh, guys, forget lab grown meat. Let's do lab grown plants and make plant foods even cheaper than they are nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. Completely agree.
Right, like that's the other issue. Like, why are we not doing lab grown plants or something? Like, why does it have to be
Mm.
meat? It doesn't
It's
seem
just
to be for like the vegans. It seems more
no,
for like
it is for the meat eaters, yeah. And the problem is like we're having such trouble convincing everyone to go vegan that I almost wonder if it is a decent alternative for the time being, the lab grown meat. If the
right,
world was vegan, man, absolutely. Lab grown plants, man, all day long. I'm down for it. If I could convince every single person to go vegan today, hell yeah, man, hell yeah.
exactly, yeah, correct.
But
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 this lab
if I
grown,
can reduce the I suppose if we can stop the exploitation of animals and people get to eat get to eat their disgusting flesh. I mean, it's better. It's better.
right, yeah.
It's not the goal. It's not the goal, but it's better.
We just need vertical farms. Yeah, the vertical farm thing. I don't know. Then that's not what I heard. I heard it's just more factory farming with less animals use.
Yeah, that could
Yeah,
be the case. That
basically
could
it
be.
is. Yeah, I mean it's the same exploitation only with like a greenwash, humane wash
Mm.
situation going on.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about the lab grown meat, if we want to talk about it, is the fact that it is not primarily being done for animal exploitation. It is being done for environmental reasons. So it's I would never touch lab grown meat myself. The idea of having flesh in my mouth is just seems wrong to me.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, of course, now some lab grown enthusiasts, like by the way, lifting vegan logic,
mm,
he says that yeah, but this is better conditions because it's grown in a lab. There's no like risk of like in like diseases and stuff because it's like a contained environment with like
mm,
everything is pristine, everything is good. So the lab grown meat it's going to be in perfect condition and it's not going to be with like diseases or something like that.
Mm.
But I don't know. It's like, do we really need that? It's for no one really. Like, who wants that? I'm guessing just the meat lobbies, because no
Yeah.
one's benefiting probably from it. Because I don't know. It's like we already have the plant thing, and not only the plant processed food, but we have the plants eat themselves.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, these plant-based alternatives are actually healthier for you. They're not health. They're not, obviously, like if you're getting a Beyond Burger, it's not healthy for you, but it's less bad and it's got less crap in it than a ground up cow burger. You
right.
know.
So this lab grown thing, it just seems like a way to justify doing the same harm, but like
Mm.
it's not going to be the same harm because then they can tell you, well, but there's no cows in this thing and stuff. Like, sure, but you took their cells and now you're
Mm.
making like this meat grow out of this. I don't know. It seems
Look, I
weird.
I don't think that's not what we're aiming for. But if it's
No.
if it does stop people from actually killing animals every single day, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, I suppose. But I'm not the person advocating for that. I would still say, look,
Mm.
go vegan, man. There's still plenty of beautiful bloody options for you, man. You can get everything you bloody want. There's freaking chicken tenders, there's freaking burgers, there's freaking steaks, there's freaking everything now. You can go to Asian restaurants and they got it all there for you. So I think the easiest alternative is for the world to go vegan, but unfortunately, people just don't want to freaking listen. But yeah,
AJ saying the ends don't justify the means. But if the end is to free the animals from ourselves, I don't think that's freeing the animals really. Like, we're still using them. I don't know. I have to know more about it, but to me it seems like it's losing my. I mean, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this thing a consideration and stuff, but then it's like the more I've read about it, the less I liking it. I don't know.
no, I think it's something worth researching a little bit more of before I give a definitive position on
And
it.
yeah, correct. And then CDA says like, yeah, I just don't see how lab meat would be beneficial over plant-based meats.
No, I completely
I don't
agree
know.
with that statement.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
plant based is the way to go. It's unfortunate that more people don't see it that way.
Right,
That's
exactly.
that's all I can say. Like, if I was to support lab grown meats in any way, it's just that I think maybe people would be more likely to go for it to begin with. But it's also something I'm not advocating for. So I don't know. But I need to do more research, as I said, to be more definitive on that.
Right, exactly. I also need to do more research.
Mm.
I think I don't know enough, but
Because it's not something you and I are thinking about doing. So it's easy to
no,
overlook.
no,
It's easy to overlook it. Like, I'm happy once a
no. I
week to
mean,
go and buy a Beyond Burger and have that.
it's like I deprogrammed myself from craving flesh,
Exactly.
so now I don't even want it. I mean, I can take the impossible patties and stuff because the
Mm.
impossible patty, I mean, sure, it kind of looks like it or whatever, but
Yeah, but
cows don't even look like beef patties. Cows look
mm,
like cows. So they
mm.
made them into this unnatural thing, these unnatural meat discs, and they sold them to us. But now these impossibles, they're just replicating something that
Yeah, it's just a
like
shape at the end of the day. Yeah,
it's just a shape,
yep.
right?
We
So
could
then
call
the
them.
flavor and stuff, it's not. I mean,
It's different.
it is different, and I prefer it. I kind of
I
prefer it that way.
I
I
prefer it.
prefer
I
it.
actually have
Yeah.
given Beyond Burgers, V2 Burgers, all these vegan based burgers to non vegans. They freaking love them, man. They love them. Like, that's the
Right.
one thing you can do to sell non vegans on veganism food.
The Beyond
Oh,
ones are
mm,
just absolutely
yeah,
wow.
Beyond's
They're really
beautiful, man.
good.
I had Beyond for the first time in a while last night. Just had one small burger,
Right.
but man, it's freaking good, and it charcoals up. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. So the Beyond. Something happened to me. It was quite funny that I went to this restaurant that had the Beyond Burger. I was
Mm,
like, okay, I want to go to this restaurant that has it and stuff. So I asked
yeah.
for the Beyond Burger. They bring me the burger, and when I look at it, I'm like, these guys brought me the real cow thing, and I was already going to go full Tash Peterson on them, and then I took a bite and I'm like, oh no no yeah, this is definitely
I
not
know.
like.
I get terrified every time I go out to buy a burger from like a non-vegan establishment. Like,
Yeah, but
ha,
can like, I mean,
you,
we've been vegans for short enough time that we do remember exactly, like we can tell the difference
mm,
really easily.
yeah.
Like you can kind of tell that it's easy to tell.
It
So
depends on the burger. I've come to find. Like, I think it's only an Australian burger. It's called the V2 burger. Whenever, if because you can get that at like Hungry Jack's, which is Burger King. I don't go there
right.
often enough, but you can sort of look at it and it looks the same, but you can smell the difference.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It kind of looks the same because the
yeah,
process of like cooking the patties and stuff is kind of like the
mm,
same. So it kind of does have that Burger King or Hungry Jack's, I guess, in
yeah,
your country, the classic smoky taste,
yeah, it does. Yeah,
but or grilled taste, whatever it is. But it's like you can tell the difference. Like, yeah, they're giving me the impossible thing, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But what I didn't like, and that's something that it is a critique I have for these companies. They're partnering up with this Burger King and stuff. Oh, now
Mm.
we have the Impossible Whopper. But in here, I don't know in Australia, but in here in the US, the Impossible Whopper comes with mayonnaise.
Yes, yes. I think it's the same here. They do have the vegan mayonnaise, but you have to order like the vegan.
Right.
That
But
we
in
call
here,
it the we
They
call it the
don't have the
plant.
vegan mayonnaise. So it's just the
Yeah,
regular
and
uh,
cheese too. Yeah,
eggs
if
and
you
oil
yeah,
mayonnaise. And it's like the
I don't like that.
just
And
I don't know. It's like the
Mac
purpose
is
gets lost. You can order it without the mayo, but it's like the actual one comes with the mayo
yeah,
originally.
it's so stupid. Like, why not just make it initially vegan? Like, if a vegetarian comes along, they can go out of their way.
Right.
Why should we have to go out of our way? We're not the
No,
ones
exactly.
exploiting
But
animals.
then they added another one to the menu. It's like the Impossible King. The Impossible King is like this thing with instead of mayo,
Hmm.
is mustard and ketchup, which is
Yeah.
fine. But that
Yes.
one comes with cheese,
Yeah, it's so stupid.
and
Yeah.
it's like why?
It's the same with Domino's in Australia. Actually, we have the impossible freaking pizzas, but they
Mhm.
come with cheese. So you have to change it to vegan cheese, which they charge you an additional $3 for, and it's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. You know,
Ah,
in here, yeah, in here, there's a pizzeria. It's called, I guess it's MOD, uh,
mood
or Mod. I call it Mod Pizza, but I guess
mod.
it's MOD because it's
Yeah.
made on demand, and
Okay.
it's like you order the thing and they make it in front of you, so there's almost no contamination. Like you're gonna see it being made, so you can make sure that there's no cross contamination or something.
Yeah.
And they have the vegan cheese and a vegan Italian sausage.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, oh, this is nice. So when I go there, I mean, I ordered that with the vegan cheese and the vegan Italian sausage and a bunch of vegetables,
Oh,
and
beautiful, man.
it's freaking awesome. It's made to order, so it's always like toasty and stuff. It's like it's the best of the pizza options right now
Oh, that
for
sounds
the plant
that's
based crowd. You know.
that sounds bloody lovely, man. Yeah, my if I ever get pizza, it's usually Domino's because a lot of the other places just don't make very good ones around here, unfortunately.
Angela, like, yes, the guy describes the vegan life ordering this food. It is like that, man. It is. And it's like, yeah, this thing, why does it have cheese? But in
Oh,
Austria, where my friend Marlene Revolta lives, the Burger King there, they have this Burger King which is plant based. I think she told me that they do charge you a little bit extra,
mm,
and there's like the menu is like kind of like 80 to 20%, like it's not 100%
yeah.
exactly, but like you can get it like the vegan thing completely vegan, but it's like they do kind of, I guess, she'll tell me again, I'll ask her again, but
Yeah, yeah.
apparently yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's more like they have the mayo, the cheese, the everything.
Yeah,
But
right. Well, that's the
in the
is
US this is more of a war because you know how these gringos are, man. You know how it
Oh,
is. It's always like
it's
some conspiracy or something, and you're
oh,
not
it's
going to take away my cow from me, and it's like, man, no, stop it with this thing.
maybe the cow wants to be taken away, mate. Let him go.
Right? And it's like no, and it's like, where my gosh darn cheese? Yeah, like, no,
I need to
stop.
keep my car, man. I need to keep my cow, man. Where my
Yeah,
guns?
they went crazy because there's a restaurant chain here called Cracker Barrel, which is
Ooh, that sounds
like
familiar.
really it's really American thing. And I
Mm.
know it's mostly like the conservative crowd that probably goes there, so they're like, oh no, they added these beyond sausages
Oh,
for breakfast, they're going woke. And I'm like, they're going woke because they added some plant-based
these
sausage
people,
thing
these people are freaking nuts,
that
mate.
you're not even going to order, like, anyway. So what's the problem? Like, I
Like
don't
you
get
got a
it.
menu that's probably 99% freaking animal abuse and 1% non-animal abuse, and you got a freaking problem, mate. Go have yourself.
Like, oh no, man, it's ridiculous. But I went to this place. I guess they're going bankrupt or something. They're having trouble. But this chain here in the U.S. it's called Fuddruckers,
Okay.
and they have a full-on plant-based menu
Oh,
with
beautiful.
chicken, plant-based chicken tenders, uh, plant-based burger with plant-based bacon, and like five different
Oh,
plant-based
mate.
cheeses. And
That's where I need to be, mate.
And I'm like, this freaking thing is awesome. So I went there one time. It was great. Then the
Mm.
second time I went, it's going downhill. Like the whole
Oh,
thing is going down. So they didn't have the bacon and stuff, but that bacon was freaking amazing. I was like, this is great because it's like, it doesn't really
mm.
look exactly like bacon and it
Yes.
doesn't taste exactly, but I prefer it that way. That it's
Yeah.
not a complete replica.
I love it. I like it that way as well. Like I buy the from our supermarket Woolies. We have
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
the vegan bacon there, and
Right.
it's called Made from Plants, and it's freaking delicious, man. Again, another thing that I give to non-vegans, and they mother effing love it. Like
Right.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. There are certain vegan products that people, even non-vegans, actually prefer over their freaking animal abuse alternatives. Oh,
Right. My coworkers probably don't understand that I derive a lot of joy from eating rice, bean, and avocado tacos. I could
mm,
eat that every day, says Angelo. Right, Angelo. I mean, the taco thing, yeah, totally. And
yeah.
I do this weird thing, which is kind of a pizza burrito hybrid with like some Mexican sauce and
Ooh,
some green bell peppers, and it's on a tortilla, but I just, I kind of on a frying pan and stuff, so it
yeah.
gets toasty as if it was like the pizza dough, but it's a tortilla, and it's crazy. It's some weird Mexican Italian monstrosity
Oh, that
that
sounds
I do
delicious.
completely vegan, so I'm like I'm offending two cultures at the same time, and but it's awesome. I'm
Yeah,
appropriating two
that's the
cultures
thing.
at the same time.
That's the thing. Like people say, like the non-vegans telling vegans that we don't enjoy anything in life. When I enjoy my flavor more than I've ever enjoyed it as a freaking meat eater. I've tried so many different things. Like I make my own tacos, fajitas, freaking all these freaking like curry dishes. There's a bunch of things that I cook nowadays that I didn't cook before.
Right, exactly. So it's like, yeah, exactly. We've tried many more things. One thing
Mm.
that happened to me recently, though, is like there's this chain here called Taco Bell, which you
Oh, we
can
got that. Yeah.
veganize pretty easily. But then I ordered this bean burrito with no
Mm.
cheese, and when I bite into it, I'm like, this is
Gee.
like saltier than it should be. Like, what's with these refried beans? It's kind of salty, but I just thought, okay, it's kind of salty today, whatever. And then when halfway through it, like a string of cheese, melted cheese comes out of it. And I'm like,
I hate
that
that.
was the bloody salty thing, the
That was
cheese.
the one thing you freaking weren't supposed to put on there, Mister
So
Taco
I
Bell man.
opened the thing, the tortilla and stuff, and it was there. It was infused with the refried beans. I
Mm.
was like, oh no, and I was already halfway through it. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't, like, I couldn't complete the thing. Of course, I didn't eat the rest.
No,
I
of
was
course
like,
not. Like. Yeah.
I just threw it away or whatever. So tell that to Peter Singer, he would have completed
He would have finished it. Yeah.
he would have
No.
finished it. Yeah, but no, I couldn't. And then I felt like sick the rest of the day. I was like,
I've
oh,
had instances where I've accidentally consumed cheese, and I get really unwell after having it because my body's just not used to it anymore. I mean,
yeah. CDA says I'm broke. Lol. I've not gone to a vegan restaurant in like 5 months.
oh mate, if you come,
Man, the
start a
problem here
fun,
is that vegan restaurants are far, far away from where I live. Yeah.
start a fund me on your channel, and we'll freaking all donate a couple of bucks so you can go to a vegan restaurant.
Um, New foods, going vegan, and yet non-vegan thing. The diet is restricted. That's the thing, right? We can try so many different things
Hmm.
with so many different plants and fruits and stuff, and it's like I don't know, it's
we
weird.
All we're missing out on is a couple of things. Like more foods are vegan than non-vegan when you think about it. So dairy, you can combine that, cheese, milk, and all that. That's one thing. Meat. What else is there? Like everything else is ours. We've got all these vegetables, fruits, beans, legumes, freaking lentils, freaking chickpeas, and
Mm.
then you got all these mock products as well. So we are not restricted. Anyone who says we are just dumb. I'm
No,
sorry to say it like
yeah,
that, but
exactly. I'm still waiting for that vegan Maltesers to appear.
oh, we just recently got the vegan Kit Kats in Australia, but they bloody sold out. And we started.
CDA, return it, demand either refund or a whole new meal, and leave a bad review. Then they'll be more careful in the future.
Or or
It's
or
Taco
they,
Bell, my guy, and it's the United States where whatever they're just
or
gonna
they
be
might
like whatever, and
they might ban all vegans, mate.
right, exactly. I don't know. It's
And
like
Tash Peterson will have to go to Taco Bell.
not even worth it. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like that. Whatever. I was already home, so I was like, okay, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna throw this away, and that's it.
if you were there, I'm sure you would have asked for a
That's
refund.
the end of that. Yeah, I did one time also. So I don't really trust too much Taco Bell because it's like now they have in select locations this plant based meat crunchy taco thing, but then it's not available everywhere. And I'm like, why are they doing this? They did the
Mm,
same thing with the McPlant. McDonald's here did the same thing. Oh, the new McPlant in the US only
mm.
like seven locations, and it's
Yeah,
like,
we
man, you
had
got
that.
thousands of locations here. We're like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, we had the McPlant in Australia for a limited time as well, and then they bloody got rid of it. And I think
Oh,
that
right. CDA says, I do have a Patreon and a Libra Pay and a Streamlabs. Ah,
well,
right. That's something I've been forgetting to say in these live streams. Like,
mm,
if you have extra money and you want to throw it all away at me, you can now do that because I have my Cash App and I have my Libra Pay. So if you have some extra money, you're like, what do I do with all this money? This is the root of all evil. Send that evil to me. I'll absorb the evil. Like that guy, in that movie with the scenes. I'll absorb the evil. The root of all evil.
mm,
Send it my way, and if you can. I always forget to beg for money in my videos. Yeah,
mm.
even though I do have that thing, the Libra Pay and the Cash App thing, and I'm going to do the Patreon thing as well. But I don't know. Patreon is. I don't know. I'll do the Patreon thing, I guess, but I don't know. It's like
I've got Patreon, but just I give a little bit of money to I think David Rams or something like that. But
I'm subscribed to David Ransbund on like the YouTube channel, like the
yeah, I think I
member.
did both, and I forgot to cancel one of them. So
I'm like with the membership. Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
I try to give it to like the more the more deserving channels that are doing a lot of stuff. So I should probably reevaluate that and see who's
I
doing some
mean,
work.
sure, like some channels, yeah. So yeah, I always forget to. So thank you, CDA. You reminded me of that. Uh, have you had the Impossible Whopper? He says it's good. It's good. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've had the Impossible Whopper, of course, without the mayo.
Mm,
And but what I did when I found out that they had this menu, two Impossible Kings, which are the same size of the Impossible Whopper, for $6, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have the two Impossible Kings, plus large fries, plus the drink, whatever.
Mm.
And I made a whole meal out of it. And it's way better, but the Impossible King does come with the cheese, so I just said, "Hey, no
No
cheese."
cheese. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, it's really good. And then they did the same thing with KFC, vegan burger before in the UK. I don't get it. They do this thing. But in Chile, I lived there at some point. In Chile, there's this company, the Nut Company. They're the ones with the nut milk, nut
Mm.
burger, nut cheese.
Yep.
These guys are killing it, man. They're really awesome there. They in like the
Mm.
pizzerias, the burger places, everything is transforming to vegan as we speak
That's
because of
yes.
these guys. They're really doing it. Like the whole thing is vegan. It's like, why
Mm.
can't they do it here? Like the Papa John's and stuff. I know you have Papa John's back there in
Oh, I don't think
the
so.
maybe under another name, like Hungry Jack's or something. It's a pizzeria, it's a pizza chain, so I don't
Mhm.
know. But Papa John's here is like they don't have any vegan option. But in Chile, they have these like three different pizzas that are completely vegan and
Mm.
some cheesy bread that's vegan. It's like, man, why can't they have these things here? Yeah.
You think Domino's does all that in Australia? We also have another place called La
Mm.
Poquezza, which has a few vegan options as
Uh,
well.
well,
Um,
yeah, in the US, Domino's is, as far as I know, there's no vegan option at Domino's.
oh, really? Yeah, we got
Because
like
even the dough and the sauce and stuff contains like Parmesan cheese or something. It's like
oh,
or some other component. Because I had this app called I don't remember the name of the app. Something
mm,
about vegetables, and it tells you what's the menu at all of these chains
mm,
and at airports, restaurants, sports venues, everywhere. So it's always updating, and they tell you, no, at this place, this is what you can order, and
mm.
so I'm always in the know, with this place.
Oh,
But
it's in the know.
it's never in the US. It's always like a struggle because
Mm.
there's a lot of pushback. So McDonald's didn't even try the McPlant here. Oh
No,
no,
they
yeah, we had it at 7 locations. It didn't work out, and I'm like, you didn't
we
have it.
we had it all over, but they just didn't keep it for long enough. And there was a lot of times I'd go and actually get it, and they just didn't have it in stock. So it's so dumb.
Oh, so Kerry
Not
does say, not burger is the best thing ever, and one of the reasons I can go to Woolworths, those
that's
bastardos.
those bastardos.
What? But
It's
what was Woolworths? What's
uh,
the thing?
you might have a place in America called Safeway.
Don't
No,
really probably not.
it's all right. Well, it's pretty much it's just a supermarket. You go in there, you buy your
Okay.
groceries, fruits, vegetables, aisle goods, freezer goods. It's got everything in there. Yeah. So Woolies, we have two places. One's Woolies, one's Coles. Oh, yeah. Used to be called Safeway.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So I've not actually heard of the Notco burger myself. I've only
Yeah,
seen like
Notco is making really a name. They're making a name for themselves. They're really
yeah, right.
and even they're coming here to the US with craft cheeses and stuff. They're
Oh
doing a,
yeah.
a cheese line here, so it's gonna
Well,
be good.
we got that happening in Australia too. Yeah, like the Bega line, and the I think Kraft might be doing it as well. I can't remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
That
that's gonna
said,
be not cheese.
not cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, not cheese. Yeah. So Angelo, for our drive, I would have to go get a lift. Yeah. So yeah, it is this
Mm.
thing. Us vegans have to basically prepare the thing for ourselves, or just go to the burger dude. The savior of all vegan
Mm.
food is out there.
Yeah.
The burger dude. I always watch his videos, but then I never make the recipes. I just watch him and I just live vicariously through him.
Sometimes it's nice to watch it. You never know. You might one day implement it. You know.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't have right now. I don't have the resources, and I'm lazy. I'm so lazy, and he's like, "Yeah, just a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of liquid smoke, this thing and
Yeah.
that thing." And it's like 100 things, and I'm like, "No, I don't have 100 things."
Actually, I
Right?
don't. Yeah, I don't like cooking like that either. I
If,
like to
if you
just.
open my freezer, all there is frozen broccoli, frozen peas and carrots, and on the fridge there's like water and like some sauce packet of something. And that's my vegan menu. And
Yeah, right.
I do have some like beans and stuff like that,
Hmm.
but mostly it's like frozen broccoli, and it's like yeah.
It
And then
sounds
I do
easier.
have like vegan, like the hot dogs and the vegan stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've started going down to the actual markets and just buying a bunch of like fruit and veg from there.
Mm-hmm.
Save a couple of bucks and get a bit of fresher variety. It's kind of nice.
Okay, so
All right.
Kerry saying better than impossible by factor 10. Man,
Really?
so
Sorry,
that
what's it?
nut burger must be just freaking
Uh, I'm gonna have to Google that
biblical,
so I
yeah.
don't forget about it. What's it called? Not burger.
Nut burger, yeah,
Not
exactly.
burger. All right. I'll
I
check
like
because
it because it's like nut milk, nut
not.
burger,
I love
nut
it, dude.
cheese. So you
Yeah, it's
can't
like
call
you.
it cheese. Okay, it's not cheese. There you go.
Actually, now that I'm looking at the image of it, that actually looks familiar. Next time I'm down at Woolies, I'll have a look, and I'll return at some point with my review of the Not Burger.
Mm. Angelo says, I was amazed to learn how broccoli made for a meat replacement in tacos, of course. Another delicious meal. I mean, you
No
can do
way.
basically, yeah, broccoli.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, broccoli is so good. Yeah. So yeah, it's like the thing with these places. Some people are very anti this thing, anti impossible, anti
Hmm.
beyond, and I think it doesn't help. Like we know that pushback is gonna come from the non-vegan crowd,
Exactly
but the
right.
vegans like trying to tank this thing. Like, what are you trying to achieve here? Like,
No,
let's
we're.
have more options. I rather have these companies sell me plant stuff than
Hmm.
chunks of animals.
Yeah, exactly right. If you can give people alternatives in a plant variety, man, there can't be anything but good as far as I'm concerned. If you really don't like it, just don't eat it. That's your business, I suppose. But
Mm.
I don't know. I can't see any bad that comes from it. People see more vegan options. People think more about vegan. So,
Probably, yeah. If they start seeing the menu and stuff at places, they might be, hey, what's that plant-based thing? What's that vegan
hmm,
thing? And maybe they go from there. You never know. Well,
yeah. Or
even
even like
even that could be a bit of a passive, somewhat of a passive
it is.
activism thing,
It is. Yeah.
where even
Uh,
Burger King has some, hey, try the impossible. And it's like, what the heck? What is this?
yeah. Exactly right. Made from plants, and it looks the same, tastes the same taste. Yeah, and I think even like when we go to these restaurants and we
Hey,
order these meals, it just sort of normalizes it just
right.
that little bit more.
Exactly. Hey, I'm Demon Wolf is here. Says hello.
Hey, Damon.
Demon Wolf, yeah. This guy's awesome. He's like, true one of the true vegans out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, he scared the Nutrivore away. So congratulations on that one. Because I went to the Nutrivore and I got Nutrivore there. I was swarmed by his fanboys and stuff, and I didn't do a good job. So opinions on Tristan Tate logic and his not caring. What would you say to a person like that during street activism? I say, well, the animal doesn't care that you don't care,
Mm,
and that's it. Like, that's not an excuse. Like, they care about themselves,
yeah.
so you have to take that into consideration. Or. Well, who knows? Who knows what they might say? I don't know.
Well,
But
these
what
these
would you say?
kinds these kinds of people are bloody hard to crack from my point of view. It's like, what can you say to someone who just doesn't give a hell? It's like you could go back and forth. Oh, the animal doesn't care that you don't care. I don't care that the animal, and then you go blah 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 blah.
Right, exactly. You
I,
have
I
to.
my personal opinion is you move on to the next one. These people aren't. These people are obviously intentionally trying not to make any changes in their lives. So move on to the next one. Move on to the next one who may actually, you know, think about someone other than themselves.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, let's not probably not waste too much time and energy on someone who just refuses
Exactly.
to even engage, because when they say I don't care, what they really mean is I don't want to talk about this thing. That's it.
Exactly
Don't
right.
leave me alone.
And that was literally what Tristan Tate did for 2 hours with Joey Armstrong. I don't care, but God though. But
Right? I
sharks
don't
though.
care. God. Yeah,
Sharks
that's
though.
it.
That was a new one at least.
God's image, and I don't care. That's it.
Oh man. Well, I think the God argument was a little bit more easy to debunk than the not care argument. Like it's like, all right, well, if there's a God, can you actually prove that there's a God? And if you can't prove there's a God, what other reason do you have other than God?
Yeah, but then they'll tell you some BS about, yeah, because I can feel God in, the turning of the leaf, and the fall and the autumn, and the winter, and I know, no. They're gonna tell you they feel it, and that's how they know it's real. And I saw some shadow and one day, so that means God is real. I don't know, man. You might have a brain tumor. That's what's real. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, the human mind is actually quite susceptible to hallucinations and stuff like that as well. Like you hear a lot of people after someone's passed away, they swear they saw their dead relative or something, or they felt a touch on their shoulder or something like that. But it's proven that it's all we're susceptible to hallucinations. Even I, a long time ago, thought I saw a bloody ghost, but then I pieced it together in my head. It was actually a light shining through a doorway. So,
right.
but you can only figure that stuff out if you're willing to, think logically and critical of yourself as well. You got to learn to be critical of yourself, I think.
Right. So then this thing, okay, so it's funny. Angelo says the God thing, I would have been like, isn't everything made of in God's image since everything is God? Right. I mean, it's supposed to be
Ooh,
that God is everything and everyone. I don't know. And then CDA
yeah.
is like, you're not made in the image of my God.
Well, if God is as they like to say he is, which is all good and all kind and all that, then God wouldn't want you to kill these creatures, whether he made those specific creatures or not.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If if we are
Yeah,
stewards
exactly,
of
Kerry.
the earth, wouldn't God be really annoyed with how
Hmm.
we treat everything? Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. That's the other thing, right? If everything is His creation, why are we doing these things to His creation?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I think a lot of the time people try and quote like articles from the Bible and say, "Oh, but God says it's okay here." But then you got to remember that the Bible was written by human beings. So wouldn't God be speaking through us? So if I was to see an animal get hurt, I'm going to feel bad about it. Therefore, maybe
Right,
that if I was Christian, which I'm not, I don't believe this is true, obviously. But
right,
if it was the case, that's God trying to tell me, oh well, you don't like doing that, so therefore it's wrong.
right.
Maybe that's empathy.
Exactly. Yeah. Asking for an evidence of an image of God. He might hand you some photo of his, like smoking a cigar or something. Like, this is the image of God.
Hello, I'm Tristan Tate.
Exactly. Whatever.
I don't care about animals.
Mm.
Fucking Tristan. But he's a liar anyway, though, because he has that dog freaking charity. So he doesn't even believe in what he's saying anyway. So how
Right.
can he
Exactly.
argue with someone who's so freaking intellectually dishonest?
And shut up, Cameron. I'm God, and so is my wife.
All right.
Yeah.
They didn't say shut for long.
Right. So I don't know. This
Hmm.
thing is like, how do you deal with that? I don't know. Hey, it's gonna be fun when we finally get to do some outreach and stuff. It's going to be kind of weird, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Let's see when that can happen. It's gonna be really interesting because I think like further than not having any more outreach, like street outreach and stuff, we need more people doing that thing
Hmm.
to see different styles and stuff. Even though I sometimes don't really watch too much of that content because it always goes down
Hmm.
kind of like the same way,
It does. Yeah. That's.
the same arguments from the vegan and then the same arguments from the meat eater,
It does. I know.
and it's like I've already seen this play out several times and there's almost nothing new. Like the
Hmm.
only times there's something new is like with Erling Ed because some crazy wackadoodle guy says bloodlust or something.
Bloodluster. I remember that one.
So
That
it's
said, the
like,
latest Joey Carbstrong one was really good. And this guy came over. He sort of offered a little pushback, but then he listened to Joey And from what I took from it is, I think that dude went vegan afterwards. Like he's saying, yeah, you're saying all this stuff, and I can't actually argue with it. So if I continue to do these things, then yeah, I would be a hypocrite, and I'd be contributing to a horrible industry. So sometimes there's some nice ends to them, and I think that's nice for us to see that every now and then, just to keep the keep the I don't know, keep the kindness inside. I don't know.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the outreach. And Vegan Pundit actually is going to do some YouTube thing soon.
Yes,
He's got the
yes,
equipment now, I guess. So he's going. His content is gonna be awesome. I
it's gonna
cannot wait
blow up,
there.
man. I think it's gonna blow up. Like I've
It's
already
gonna blow.
subscribed.
I'm guessing it is going to blow up totally.
Mm,
So everyone
yeah,
get ready for that because the Vegan Pundit is gonna hit the ground running. You know.
pundit's gonna change the world.
Yeah,
It's
Vegan
happening, mate.
Pundit. I'm looking forward to his content. Yeah,
And
because that's gonna be awesome. It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. He's such a well-spoken dude,
Right.
Richard. He's a well-spoken guy. And I
Yeah, and
think
he's
he
very
has an
genuine. You know,
understanding
he's
from so
like,
many different perspectives as well. So I think
mm,
he's going to do well. I think we can all probably learn a lot from him.
right. It's gonna be a good thing that when he does his content and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, looking forward to that.
it's gonna be
Absolutely.
good. Mm. So that one's gonna be great. So yeah, I think we can go for a little bit more, some 5-10 minutes more, because my
Yeah, fine.
battery is dying out.
That's what we're at almost 2.5 hours, man. This has been a good stream.
Right, yeah. Well, my record at the moment is with the Vegan Pundit one, which I guess it went to 2 hours and 28 or something like that,
228.
or 2:30 something. I don't know. So
Yeah,
that's my
right.
record right now. But yeah, we can start wrapping it up, and I think we covered some good topics.
Yep.
We kind of talk trash about Catholicism, which is always nice, and you
Absolutely.
know. Uh,
And
and
yeah,
I
so
don't
so
know.
next week you're coming on my channel. Is that correct?
Next week.
Is
Oh,
that
is it really?
was it? Is it next week you want to do it? We can move it up if you like. I haven't actually created the
What,
stream or anything yet, but
okay, but what day and time would you want it?
so I was thinking we can either do same time yesterday or same time today, whichever works. So we started about 2.5 hours ago today. We can do that yesterday
Right.
or today
Because
next week.
right, because I do have a thing. I do have a stream
Oh, if you
like
got, we
next
can.
next Friday for me.
So that'll
It's
be
gonna
Saturday for me.
it's gonna
So
be at 4 p.m. for my time, which is gonna be like 7 a.m. your time, something like that,
yep.
on Saturday with
Or if
David Arenas, David,
oh
uh,
cool. Yep.
and he's gonna talk about like the true meaning of veganism and this
Oh
thing because
nice.
he's really a heavy hitter, with this thing. He's like all out, all for the animals and stuff, and he's
Yep.
like this thing is about the exploitation and the animals and stuff, not about some sentient definition or
No.
some
Yeah.
suffering or something. So he's like really hardcore on this thing.
Okay. I'll be
And
curious.
he also had this issue with the LVL, and I didn't want to believe him at first. I was like,
Mm.
"No, dude, you're exaggerating this thing." But I found that he was not exaggerating, and yeah. So I'm gonna make that video probably tomorrow, so we can schedule it for like the weekend, and we'll
Well,
see.
if it works better, we can just do the following weekend. We'll email back and forth, and we'll sort something out.
Man, correct, yeah. And it's gonna
Hmm.
be on your channel, and we're going to do the reactions, right?
Yeah. So yeah, if you have any recommendations for anything you'd like to react to, I've got one video set up, and there was one we were discussing. What was the video
Right.
we were
What are you
discussing?
thinking? Like short videos, or what would be
Yeah,
like
it's
the
maybe a couple
time?
of short videos. We can like pause it and freaking give our opinions on it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just
And
have a
like,
bit of
what
fun.
would be like the time, like the average time for the videos, like 5 to 5
Oh,
minutes or six
I've only
or?
got one video so far, which was under the 10-minute mark.
Okay, okay, okay. I see.
So
Maybe I'll come up with something to
hmm,
react to. Yeah. Are we doing like well, we can discuss it later on, but are we doing
hmm.
like yeah, like a mixed bag of reactions, or like something, a specific theme or something like that?
Uh,
Or
How about we just start with a mixed bag of stuff that we think that we're interested enough in to react to, and then if we both enjoy doing it, then maybe we can start, you know,
awesome.
coming up with more specific
Okay,
reactions.
so what we're gonna do is we're going to email like
Yep.
these links to these videos, and we're gonna see, hey, we want to react to this, want to react to that, and
Yeah, we could do that.
like that.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. No, that sounds good.
Without seeing them, basically just seeing the title and stuff, because the funny thing is gonna be our live reaction, I guess. So
Yeah. Exactly
we
right.
can't see
Exactly
them,
right.
but we're gonna be like, oh, this topic interests me, or this sounds
Yep.
like a
Yep.
good
Yep.
one. So we're gonna do that. So yeah, awesome. So okay, so I think, yeah, this has been really great
It's been amazing, man. Thank
to
you.
talk to you. Yeah, it's been great for a second time now on my channel,
Yep.
and we're gonna go to your channel next time. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Got to be
Uh,
awesome, man. Yeah. Keep this
yeah,
freaking vegan train running, man.
exactly. So yeah, thank you so much for being here
Thank you, my man.
tomorrow. And yeah, you haven't passed me the winning lottery numbers for tomorrow,
Oh,
the Texas lottery. You know,
let me just write that down for you. All right. There you
to
go.
give me the Saturday numbers for Texas lottery. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so everyone, thank you for coming here. You know, all the ones that were in the chat that left, and the ones that are today at this moment.
Yeah.
No,
Thanks,
all of
everyone.
you
Yeah.
guys, Revolta, Kerry, Demon Wolf, CDA,
You're,
all of you guys,
you're all bloody
The
legends.
Pundit, obviously, Angelo, all of you guys. I wanna, skip anyone, but yeah, all of you guys are really awesome. So thank you very much. Oh well, Vegan Bohemian also was here, so yeah,
Yes. Yeah. He was here for a while.
and yeah.
No, you're
Well,
all
I
awesome. Thank you
think
so much.
animals are here with us. Wasn't here actually, I guess.
Oh, true.
Always a good, always one of the ones that it's always there. But oh, B Jokic, of course. Come on, how can we
Yeah.
forget?
Pig
Uh,
Stream was here at the beginning.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I just scrolled to it. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So all right. So yeah, it's been fun. So remember, stop hurting animals. Start turning vegan. Till next time.